the Greenbacks.
Greenback Nation, it's Friday night. That means the countdown to kickoff starts now.
Picks it off at the 30-yard line and has some room to run.
Touchdown, Greenback.
And Arlie Morrell in the backfield again. Greenback team led by senior Preston Poore coming off of a 1,000-yard season.
45 to the 40, the 35-30. Morrell still on his feet at the 25-yard line.
And we've seen different versions of this offense throughout the past couple years. This year, expect some fireworks.
Man wide open down the field. Caleb Strong at the 15-yard line. 10, 5, touchdown, Caleb Strong.
I've said it before, Kelly, there's something special about Zerger Field. Buckle up, folks. The countdown to kickoff here on Thunder Country starts now.
And welcome to the Doug Ray Chevrolet pregame show here on Thunder Country. I'm Cody Eastis alongside Kelly Simon on the call for you tonight, and Logan McAllister behind the scenes on the stats live from Chaparral, Kansas. The Greenbacks set to make their Week 4 debut on the road, and it opens up district play for them, and a team that has been an uncommon opponent when you look down the history book, but over the last couple years has some matchups against this Roadrunner team. And when you look at the Pratt 2-1 record that they're bringing into this ballgame, the Roadrunners undefeated on the season, 3-0 coming into this ballgame, and it's a homecoming night for them. Kelly, it's your time. Tail of the tape between these two schools.
Yes, you hit it on the head. Just a little bit of recent history. It was a team, Chaparral here, that we played quite frequently back in the 80s and early 90s. I found 19 meetings between the two teams. 13 to Pratt, 6 to Chaparral. Pratt has won 10 in a row. 10 in a row.
So recent history favors the Greenbacks.
That's right. Now that recent history is reaching back to 1990, to be clear on that 10-0. It's been kind of spaced out sporadically across their last meeting was, Chaparral had been a 2A high school for a long time. They moved up to 3A a year ago and got into our district, and so Pratt played them last year. Game won by Pratt, I think 38-10, at Pratt 48-10, something like that. That game was in Pratt. First time we'd met since 2005. Here we are tonight. You mentioned it earlier. Pratt coming in at 2-1, Chaparral coming in at 3-0, and we're going to do the national anthem.
We'll take a break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have more Doug Ray Chevrolet pregame show and get you all set for kickoff here on Thunder Country.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Pratt, you can count on me, Jamie Roach, your Farm Bureau agent, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. We are here to handle all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to me, Farm Bureau agent Jamie Roach, today. We can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Clear, comfortable vision is one of life's greatest blessings. At Maydew Tebow Optometry, Doctors Troy Maydew, Seth Tebow, and Andrew Peaster are committed to helping you maintain healthy eyes and clear vision. Prevention and early intervention are the keys to your eyes, providing that clear and comfortable vision your entire life. Regular comprehensive eye examinations are essential in identifying conditions that can damage your sight. Call us at Maydew Tebow Optometry for an appointment today or visit us at maydewtebow.com.
This is Terry from Gatlin Meckler's Pharmacy. On display in our pharmacy is a nice assortment of over-the-counter items and a wide array of medical supplies, which includes knee scooters, walkers, canes, and bathroom items. We bill Medicare for respiratory supplies and immunizations. Our preferred pricing on prescriptions will get you through the door, and our customer service will get you to come back. Be sure to stop in today and see us on Country Club Road in Pratt.
Uh-oh, that's a sound no one wants to hear. Pratt Glass has been helping homes and business owners with everything glass for over 80 years. Whether your business suffered a break-in over the weekend or you're needing to replace old leaky windows, and they also offer automotive glass repairs, automotive details, screens, dragging door adjustments, residential window replacement, storefronts, and 24-hour commercial residency service. Pratt Glass, 210 South Jackson in Pratt, 620-672-6463, or see prattglass.com.
Welcome back to the Doug Ray Chevrolet pregame show here on Thunder Country. The Pratt High Greenbacks on the road in the first of their district matchups this season as they set to take the stage against the Roadrunners of Chaparral. Kelly, we left off before the national anthem talking about the record and the history between these two schools. The Roadrunners 3-0 coming into this ball game, but have played a schedule not quite as tough as what you'd expect of a 3-0 team, but comparable to the size of school. That's one of the stories behind this Roadrunner team is traditionally a 2A school. They got bumped up to the 3A level in the last cycle of enrollment count, so that put them in our district, one that they're not commonly in our district, and that's how you find yourself playing against a school that you don't have a lot of history against.
That's right. And, you know, when the district pairings came out, I mean, honestly, you see Chaparral in there, and you look down through who Pratt's going to play in their district, and your eyes instantly go to Wichita Collegiate. They instantly go to Cheney, and then Pratt are the three big schools in that district that you look to come out of as the top three teams. But as we said earlier, you know, Chaparral is 3-0 in the season. They've beat Kingman, they beat Medicine Lodge, they beat Belle Plaine. All three teams are not overly strong, but they've won the games that's been in front of them. So 3-0. Homecoming crowd tonight would certainly like to pull off the upset here and knock off the Greenbacks. So I bet they come out firing.
The Greenbacks coming off of a 41-6 victory last week against the Larned Indians, and another week on the road for the Greenbacks. That game last week got shortened due to the weather. Only 3 quarters of play in for the Greenbacks in that week. Came away with that 46 to win. When you go back and look at that ball game, Kelly, what do you take away from the Greenbacks that they need to bring into this ball game and try to improve to that 3-1 record?
You know, I think last week in Larned, you saw that the Pratt athleticism kind of took over in that game. I think it's a game that if you ask them, we didn't play real smooth in, but we had the athletes that made the plays in space to win that ball game, and I think you'll see some more of that tonight. I assume we're going to see a stronger athleticism on the Pratt side than Chaparral's going to have, and I think we just got to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers and let them get some open space and score some points.
That's been a storyline going into each of these last couple games for the Greenbacks. When we talk about keys to victory, a lot of times we're saying you get your athletes out in space. Pratt has more athletes on the field than what they've faced in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Hoisington had the advantage there. They came away with the win. Not going to take anything away from them, but the Halstead-Larned matchup, the Greenbacks, more athletes on the field, and you just got to get them in space, get the ball in their hand, and let them make some plays. Coach Holting says it. Let athletes do athletic things, and good things happen. And this Greenback team, when you go man for man, 90% of the time looking across the field, the Greenbacks more athletes on the field than what they're facing. I think that's going to be one of the keys to victory tonight. And for the Roadrunners, you mentioned it, 3-0 coming into this ball game. It's their homecoming night. They're playing with some momentum, and they would love nothing more than to knock off a bigger school in Pratt coming to town on their homecoming night.
That's for sure, and I can't say this for sure, but I know last year in Pratt, Chaparral had a real spread-apart passing attack, and I've heard that they've changed their offense this year.
Gone to a wing tee.
That's right, a little more of a quick-hitting, straight-ahead offense, which is similar to what we've seen out of Hoisington and some of them teams that get up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They run a play right at you quickly. Going to fit them a lot better than trying to run a passing attack with the personnel that Chaparral would have on some years. So
yeah.
That'll be an interesting matchup for us.
Watching them on film coming into this week's matchup, they reminded me of Andale in the way that they break the huddle, get to the line. Maybe not the results in the execution. I'm not going to compare anybody to the level that is Andale. But the way they try to fire out of the huddle, get up to the line quick, and get off the ball before your defense has a chance to react as the Greenbacks making their way out to the field. If you're watching on the live stream tonight on Eastus Media YouTube channel, we've also got the broadcast, as always, on Thunder Country 98.3, and we are set up in the stands with the hometown fans tonight, so should be a lively broadcast here from the booth. Excited to get it going as we're just a couple minutes away from kickoff. The Greenbacks coming out in their all-white road uniforms. Last week they mixed it up a little bit in Larned. Now back to the traditional road uniforms. Captains making their way out on the field. And for the Greenbacks, Creston Poore, Madden Wilson, Luke Gatlin, and Arlie Morrell will be your captains. And for the Roadrunners making their way out to midfield, number 6, Ty Hadsel, number 7, Daniel Schmidt, and number 59, Daxton Hostetler. So they'll sort the coin toss out here.
Grass field. Grass field tonight. Beautiful looking
only
grass
time
field.
the Greenbacks will play, scheduled to play. Playoffs and postseason, can't predict that, but only scheduled game on grass field to this point. for the Greenbacks.
Looks good with all this rain we've had. It looks like a turf field.
It does, and a beautiful evening here in Chaparral, Kansas. 82 degrees as the sun setting to our backs here to the west. It's
Flag
a
is straight
north
down.
and south field.
Not a breath of wind hardly.
The visiting side here on the west end, the home side across the way, and a good crowd for the Roadrunners here on homecoming night. And as always, the Greenbacks have traveled well, making their way out to support their home team. White hat going over both.
Had to flip it twice. Maybe it stood on its end.
Grass, that is an option.
Why else would you flip it twice? I don't know. Maybe somebody didn't call it properly. Loud enough.
That could be it, too. You put 7 high school boys out there at midfield, and you never know what's going to happen. They've got it sorted out now as the Roadrunners will defend the north end zone. The Greenbacks won the coin toss, elected to defer. They'll defend the south end zone, and it will be the Roadrunners set to receive to start this ball game off. One final handshake before the teams. Always a great sign of sportsmanship. And they'll make their way back to the sidelines, and then we will be set to go here in Chaparral, Kansas, as the 3-0 Roadrunners set to take on the 2-1 Greenbacks. One of these teams will pick up their first win in district play. Be a big win for whoever picks it up.
Well, and I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Cody, this first game here, you don't want to mark it down as a win, but when you look at who's coming up, it's a game that Pratt really needs to win here tonight because, you got Collegiate coming up, you got Cheney coming up, and your district record coming out of district will depend on who you're matching up with in those first rounds of the playoffs. And obviously, the better your record, the more of a winnable matchup you'll have in that first round or two, kind of get down the road in those playoffs. So,
and it sounds so simple, but you've got to win the winnable games. You've only got 8 games scheduled. You've got to go out and pick up the wins where you're supposed to pick them up. Now, always an opposing team that has something to say about that, and it'll be the Roadrunners tonight. But when you look at these two teams on paper, pretty similar as far as stats and total yards, rushing yards, passing yards. Both teams rely heavily on the ground game. And for the Roadrunners, it'll be a sophomore feature back in Vaughn Williams that'll get the bulk of the carry, similar to Cade Liggett for the Greenbacks. It'll be Levi Tebow set to kick off here for the Greenbacks. Back deep to return for the Roadrunners will be number 6 and number 1. That'll be Jaden Harper and Ty Hadsel. And with that, we are underway here at Chaparral, Kansas. High kick from Tebow, brought down by Hadsel. Comes back to the middle of the field, trying to get behind his wedge, and he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line to set up the offense. Good job by the Greenback special teams. Not let anything break outside there. Stay in your lanes. Keep contained.
There's a lot of intensity coming down that field. There was bodies rolling on several sides of the field there. I don't know who was hitting who, but it was a good some good contact on that front line.
Oh, this Roadrunner team, it's a team that brings a lot of experience back from last year. 10 starters on the offensive side of the ball, 9 starters on the defensive side of the ball. So these are some kids that have played a lot of varsity football. Will be the Roadrunners starting on offense. The give to the right side on the counter play. Nowhere to go as the handoff to Kenny Diaz only picked up maybe 1.
I thought it was a flag. It was a shoe. Something went flying in the backfield. It was his shoe.
I saw that as well. After the 1-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Roadrunners. And a front four that we talk so much about, this Greenback front four, going to play a big role and how quickly this Greenback defense can get off the field tonight. And now a whistle as the Roadrunners break the huddle. Going to slow this down. And an equipment malfunction as Trace Hadsel will come off the field. Roadrunners going to have to reset. Quarterback in this team, 6-foot junior Daniel Schmidt, wearing number 7. The Roadrunners getting their play sent in. Once again, we appreciate you, however you're deciding to tune in or watch this broadcast. Do it by the Thunder Country 98.3 app, on the radio dial, or on Eastus Media YouTube. We've got it coming to you multiple ways. The dive up the middle to Williams, and he's tackled for maybe a gain of 2. It'll be a long 3rd and 6 for the Roadrunners. So he ran into an army of Greenbacks early.
Yeah, good gang tackle in there by the Pratt defense.
At 32, Vaughn Williams, 6-foot, 185-pound sophomore. an impact player on this team. A big down here for the Greenback defense. Try to get off the field early and come away with an opening possession stop.
Some confusion on the Chaparral side there.
They break the huddle once again, come to the line quick. A short shotgun snap from Schmidt. He's pressured in the backfield by Morrell, and it'll be Wilson that gets to him first. A sack for the Greenbacks. They're going to say he got the ball out trying to get rid of it, so the sack won't count. And excuse me, it was Josiah Schmidt who finally brought down Schmidt.
Going to see a punt here from the Chaparral offense.
So a great start for this Greenback defense. They come out and force a 3-and-out. Back deep to punt for the Cardinals.
Roadrunners.
Number 42, excuse me, Roadrunners.
Wrong bird.
Vaughn Williams. And a whistle as they get the Greenbacks to jump.
Still going to be
now takes a fourth and 7 into a much more manageable 4th and 2.
Punt team stays on the field here.
So Vaughn Williams, number 42, had a mix-up there on my roster. But Williams still back to punt. It'll be Caleb Strong and Cox back deep to return. This time they do get the snap off. William fires it away. A long end-over-end punt. Lands at the 30-yard line and takes a Roadrunner bounce before it finally goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. When you sit lower to the field like this, the yard markings a little harder to see across the field, and also the grass field. We're so spoiled being able to call all these games on turf where the hashes, the lines, the numbers are so clearly marked.
I like it.
And you get back to these grass fields. Makes it a little more tricky on us broadcasters, but as a player, I agree. Prefer grass.
That's right.
So the Greenback offense will be making their way out on the field for the first time. Greenback's going right to left on your radio dial.
10:05 left in the first quarter here.
Twins to the near side as Roop and Strong split out on the weak side of the field. Poor and Liggett in the backfield. Snap goes to Liggett. He'll follow Poor left side. Hit early by Daniel Schmidt. Not before he picks up 5 yards. We'll call it 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Greenbacks coming up. One of the players to note for this Greenback team, Landon DeMuth, out with an injury in that Larned game. Out for the rest of the season. So the Greenbacks, when you talk about their firepower, down a player there. Once again, Poor and Liggett in the backfield. Titus in motion, gets the counter play, has a hole, breaks it to the outside, brought down, had 2 men to beat, and they caught him from behind. It'll be enough for, I thought they were going to move the chains. They're going to take a look at it, maybe
just
measure
a shade
it.
Short, I think, here. Got an injured Roadrunner on the field.
Can't quite tell where that spot's at, but the near side official, boy, he's got his heel right on that first down marker, and that's where they put the stick. So it'll be third and a very short
yard
one as they tend to the injured Roadrunner. Well, they take a look at that. We'll take a break, and when we come back, 9:24 to play here in the opening quarter.
Are you interested in building a new home or remodeling your current one? If so, give J.A. Knight & Sons a call today. This is Chase Golly with J.A. Knight & Sons, and we are the area's premier general contractor and have been serving the Pratt and surrounding area for over 50 years with superior quality and attention to detail. We specialize in high-end residential and commercial construction and have now expanded our services to include pre-engineered metal buildings. J.A. Knight & Sons is a proud supporter of Greenback Athletics and would like to help turn your next dream into reality.
Welcome back. 9:20 to play here in the first quarter. Greenbacks 3rd and 1 after the injured Roadrunner able to make his way off the field, and the give to Liggett up the middle. Should have enough for the first down, and he does. A pickup of 5 will move the chains. Good for the first Greenback first down of the night.
Now 3 good hard runs from the Pratt offense there. Everybody running downhill hard.
I think that's going to be key tonight for this Greenback offense, is establish that running game in between the tackles and then take your shots outside with some play action and the speed of Liggett after you've got this defense so focused on the inside run. Greenback's going to split trips out to the far side. Looks like Cox on the far side, Liggett in the slot. Poor empty backfield by himself. For a quick fire over to Titus. Gets it in the backfield, now trying to get to the edge. Has a block, uses it, gets to the sideline, and upfield for a gain of 5.
Titus making a man miss there to turn that gain into some positive yardage.
And a good quick strike from Creston Poor. That was one of those snaps you don't even have a chance to get your fingers on the laces. You just are getting it, turning, and throwing, and he put it on the money. With 8:16 to play here in the first, still scoreless. Greenbacks on their first offensive drive after holding the Roadrunners 3 and out on their first possession. It'll be 2nd and 4. Now the Greenbacks pack it in. One man split out to the far side. Liggett and Poor in the backfield. Snap to Liggett, counter back this way to Strong. Strong trying to bounce it out, breaks the tackle, now has some room. Trying to get to the sideline across the 40 and forced out of bounds. Eventually by Ty Hatzel, but a big pickup, the biggest of the night from Caleb Strong. Good misdirection from the Greenback offense.
Yeah, that's that backdoor counter play that Pratt uses so successfully that it works so much better as where other plays have success getting positive yardage. That defense starts leaning into the flow of the strong side of that offense, and then that hits back behind it. And generally it's one guy to beat and a big gain. That's what we had there.
So the Greenbacks across the 50-yard line for the first time tonight into Roadrunner territory. Ball going to be spotted at the 42-yard line, and a lot of motion here before the snap. And whistles going to come in as Coach Holting not liking the way that play was looking. He'll take the Greenbacks' first time out with 7:44 to play. We'll take one with him, be back in 60 seconds.
Are you interested in building a new home or remodeling your current one? If so, give J.A. Knight & Sons a call today. This is Chase Golly with J.A. Knight & Sons, and we are the area's premier general contractor and have been serving the Pratt and surrounding area for over 50 years with superior quality and attention to detail. We specialize in high-end residential and commercial construction and have now expanded our services to include pre-engineered metal buildings. J.A. Knight & Sons is a proud supporter of Greenback Athletics and would like to help turn your next dream into reality.
Mead Lumber in Pratt is looking better than ever. Stop by and see our brand new renovations with the same friendly faces you know and trust. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need supplies for the weekend, Mead Lumber has you covered with quality products and expert service. We're proud to be a part of this community and even more proud to support the hardworking athletes of Pratt High School. Mead Lumber, building relationships, building Pratt.
Welcome back. 7:44 to play here in the first quarter. Still scoreless, but the Greenbacks marching on the Roadrunner 42-yard line, coming off of a Coach Holting timeout.
7:44 left in the first quarter.
And to get his offense set up, the 1st and 10. Once again, a lot of pre-snap movement here from the Greenback offense. Poor and Liggett in the backfield. And the ghost play, the snap doesn't even make its way to the backfield. But the Roadrunners do a good job of sniffing it out.
He just needed one more step to cut back against the grain, and it was nothing but green to the end zone.
That's the best we've seen a team defend that play.
Yeah, it's usually pretty effective.
It's a tough one for defenses to see coming, and that time the Roadrunners do a good job.
2nd down and 8 from the Roadrunner 39-yard line.
One man split out wide for the Greenbacks on the far side. Liggett going to take the snap, cuts it up middle, bounces back, finds the lane. Good 5-yard pickup from Cade Liggett. Close to a first down. No signal yet. I think he's going to be a little short. Just a few yards short, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Greenback offense.
Really feel like you got 2 downs to get this here again, Cody. We've talked about that multiple times, where you're at on the field here, the 35-yard line. I mean, you're not going to punt from there, so would be – be looking for Pratt to just pick this first down up with 2 runs here if it takes that.
That plays into your play calling when you know you're going for it in 2 straight plays. Titus in the slot as Roop split out to the near side. Ball spotted on the left hash at the 34-yard line. Poor and Liggett, snap to Liggett. Once again, the counter to Titus. Lunges for the first down. Should have it as he gets across the 40-yard line. Down. And it'll be good enough for a Greenback first down. They'll move the chains, and the Greenbacks continue to march on this opening drive. 6:18 to play. Greenbacks looking to strike first. Still scoreless here in the first.
Nice drive here from the Pratt offense. A good job by the Roadrunner defense not to give up the big play. Pratt's chunking out yardage. They haven't given up the big play yet, but Pratt's done a good job of getting positive yards on every play and moving the chains.
Poor empty backfield. You mentioned the big play. We haven't seen the Greenbacks take a shot at it through the air yet, and trips to the far side this time. Poor quick strike on the slant. Hits Caleb Strong midfield. Nice catch. And then lowers his shoulder to take a nice hit. Delivered by Jay Cushenberry. Not before Strong can pick up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Greenbacks.
Another good ball from Creston Poor there. Had enough time to throw it. It's always important.
Seen the Greenbacks put the ball in the air twice now, and both right on the numbers from Creston Poor. Clock continues to run, 5:25 here in the first quarter. Greenbacks looking at a 2nd and a long 2 inside Roadrunner territory. Once again, Titus in motion. Poor going to 3-step drop, looking downfield. Has a man, Arlie Morrell, middle of the field. Can he hang on to it?
He
batted out of his hands.
Had it.
As Daniel Schmidt made a great defensive play. Morrell looked like he was going to come down with it, and then Schmidt able to get a hand in there.
Yep.
And bust it loose.
Yep, that was a touchdown, and a good play by the Chaparral defender to get a hand in there as Morrell was securing the ball.
Boy, caught it in the end zone. Thought he was going to come down with it, and then you saw the hand from Hatzel knock it away. Good job by Hatzel to run hip for hip with Morrell.
Another nice pass from Poor. Right on the money.
Still looking at 3rd and 2. Poor and Liggett in the backfield. Liggett will take the snap this time, lower his shoulder, just trying to pick it up on the ground up the middle.
I think he's going to be right at the sticks. 4th down. He's calling 4th down, but it's going to be right at it.
So the Greenbacks with their first 4th down decision tonight. Titus will come in the huddle for Strong. 4th and inches, though. You like the Greenbacks' odds here. Haven't seen them do anything but move the ball forward to this point.
That's right. You just hope for a clean snap here. That's the only problem with a 4th short down like this is you got to get a clean snap and get moving up the field.
Everybody packed in tight for this Greenback offense. Snap to Liggett. Again, the counter play to Titus. Leans forward. Looks like he has enough. And now the pile of Roadrunners pushing him back. But Titus, boy, didn't pick it up by as much as I thought. They're going to signal him forward for a Greenback 1st down, but it wasn't by many.
No, I tell you what, that was a good hard run by Titus, and the Roadrunner defense is tackling low and hard. They've impressed me to this point.
Making the Greenbacks earn anything on the ground.
Yes, so this is a much better team than we faced in Pratt last year. Already, I can tell in the first 2 drives.
4:10 to play here in the first, and the Greenbacks continue to drive a fresh set of downs. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line. Snap to Poor again. Going to 5-step drop down the middle of the field. Has a man. Touchdown, Greenbacks. Caleb Strong does it again. Had a big night last week against the Indians and picks up right where he left off with 3:52 to play.
19-yard strike there. That was a good ball by Poor again. Chaparral defender thought he had a bead on the ball. He came across there and put a hand up. It got just over his outstretched hands right into the breadbasket of Strong for the touchdown. Great play by Pratt.
It looked like it had a chance to be tipped. That one had just enough air on it to get over the hand of the defender, and good focus by Caleb Strong to stay with it. It'll be Tebow coming on for the extra point to try to make this a 7-0 ball game. Snap good, hold good, kick away, and it's good.
Hit the crossbar, didn't it?
Greenbacks lead it 7-0, 3:52 to play. We'll be back with more Greenback football after the break.
Are you interested in building a new home or remodeling your current one? If so, give J.A. Knight & Sons a call today. This is Chase Golly with J.A. Knight & Sons, and we are the area's premier general contractor and have been serving the Pratt and surrounding area for over 50 years with superior quality and attention to detail. We specialize in high-end residential and commercial construction and have now expanded our services to include pre-engineered metal buildings. J.A. Knight & Sons is a proud supporter of Greenback Athletics and would like to help turn your next dream into reality.
Mead Lumber in Pratt is looking better than ever. Stop by and see our brand new renovations with the same friendly faces you know and trust. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need supplies for the weekend, Mead Lumber has you covered with quality products and expert service. We're proud to be a part of this community and even more proud to support the hardworking athletes of Pratt High School. Mead Lumber, building relationships, building Pratt.
Welcome back to first quarter action. Greenbacks lead it with 3:52 to play here in the first after the 19-yard strike from Creston Poor to Caleb Strong. It was a 13-play, 81-yard drive by the Greenbacks to get them on the board first. And a long kickoff by Tebow down the right side, fielded by Ty Hadsel, and he'll bring it back up the middle before he's finally brought down near the 30-yard line, just shy of it. 29-yard line is where they'll spot it, and the Roadrunner offense back out for the second time. Kelly, you go back and look at that last drive, though. What do you take away from that?
That was the Greenbacks' best drive of the season.
I agree.
Three games in a quarter in, that was our best drive. We moved the ball methodically. We got off the ball. We ran downhill hard, completed some passes. No real mistakes to speak of. Outstanding drive by the Pratt offense.
So with 3:42 to play, the Roadrunner offense back on the field, and a good pickup of 8 will make it a 2nd and 2.
Best playoff scrimmage for Chaparral to this point. 3:27 left in the first quarter.
When that Chaparral offense, it doesn't huddle away from the ball very much. Generally, you see 10 to 12 yards away from the ball, and the Roadrunners stay within 5 yards. Even the shotgun, when they play out of the shotgun, it's a shortened shotgun. This time the pitch out wide, trying to get to the edge. Nothing there as the Greenback defense sealed it off, led by Josiah Schmidt and Cade Liggett in on the tackle.
It's going to be 3rd down in inches. 3rd down and half a yard.
Kenny Diaz on the carry that time for the Roadrunners. Looked like he wanted to get that to the outside, but was forced back in. Good containment by this Greenback defense, and then the rest of the wave there to finish it off.
Pratt D-lines played well for the first 6 snaps of this game on defense.
2:35 to play here in the first. Greenbacks lead at 7-0 on this homecoming night for the Roadrunners. The fake on the end around. Schmidt going to keep it himself, and Josiah Schmidt says, "You're not running my way." Tackled for no gain. It'll be 4th and 1 for this Roadrunner offense.
I got to believe you're going to see Chaparral go for this here. It's just such a short yardage. Even they're on their 40-yard line, and maybe they're bringing some new personnel here. They're going to punt.
Early indications are that they are going to punt.
Okay.
It'll be Strong and Cox back deep to return. Vaughn Williams back to punt for the Roadrunners. Greenback's got to be disciplined here. Roadrunners were able to get him to jump the last time they showed punt. This time, snap away, handled by Williams, and a good punt. Caleb Strong going to have a chance for a return. Catches it on the 30, trying to get to the right side. Breaks one tackle, spins out of another, and finally brought down at the 40-yard line. And the Greenback offense will be back out for the 2nd time tonight. With 1:37 to play here in the first.
He's still walking. We'll be all right.
Liggett coming off a little gingerly after that last play, trying to shake out the shoulder. The Greenback offense back out on the field with Liggett on the sideline. It'll be Barker and Poor in the backfield. Seen that combination quite a few times through these first 3 games. Strong coming in motion, and now a whistle. As Greenbacks may have had too many players in motion.
Yeah, too much in motion at the same time.
And so that will back up this opening drive 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 to start this drive off.
You know, just 5 yards, but if you look at that first drive, 80 yards, 13 plays, we did not have a negative penalty, not a negative play from scrimmage, and there were several times we needed that to gain the first down. So we'll see if Pratt can overcome going back 5 yards.
And the way this Roadrunner defense looked, you can't afford negative yards. They looked stout that first drive. It was just a long, methodical drive by the Greenbacks that they were eventually able to convert into a touchdown. And so now looking at a 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Snap goes to Barker. He'll keep it himself. Come near side. Has some room to run across midfield. The 30, the 20. Will he finish it off? The 10. Touchdown, Greenbacks. Kyler Barker showing off his speed. A 66-yard touchdown, his biggest of the season. Puts the Greenbacks on top 13-0.
That was a well-blocked play by the Pratt offense and one good cut from Barker and daylight. It was a great run.
Boy, he answered our question. We thought the 5-yard penalty may put the Greenback offense backs against the wall. Doesn't matter when you pick up 66 on the next play, and Barker did just that. Tebow will come back on to try to make it a 14-0 ball game after the quick strike from the Greenback offense. Snap and hold good, and a good kick from Tebow. Splits the uprights and makes it a 14-0 ball game. 1:25 to play. We'll be back with more Greenback football here on Thunder Country.
Are you a sports fan looking for a great place to grab a bite to eat? Look no further than Legends Cafe, located in Pratt, Kansas, on Highway 54. Legends is open 6 days a week and serves up mouth-watering burgers, fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, and much more. And don't forget about their daily specials. Legends is proud to support Greenback sports and all the local teams. So whether you're celebrating a big win or just need to refuel after the game, Legends has you covered. Come on down to Legends, and we'll take care of the rest.
At Timish Electric, we light up your world with reliable and efficient electrical services. Our team of skilled and certified electricians is dedicated to providing top-notch service for all your electrical needs. From residential, commercial, or industrial needs, we ensure your electrical systems are safe, reliable, and up to code. Contact us today at 620-672-9334 to schedule a consultation. Timish Electric, proudly serving Pratt and the surrounding areas electrical needs for over 25 years.
Welcome back. First quarter action, 1:25 to play, and after a 13-play, 81-yard drive, it took the Greenbacks to get their first time in the end zone. The last possession, one play, 66 yards from Kyler Barker, and the Greenbacks lead at 14-0 with a 1:25 to play. It'll be Tebow set to kick off. Back deep once again for the Roadrunners. Jaden Harper. And a whistle as Tebow tried that pooch kick. The Roadrunners ready for it, but offsides as the Gunners for the Greenbacks left a little too early. So they'll reset. Roadrunners going to force them to re-kick. I don't know that they have the option on the false start for the kick.
I think you have to.
I think you've got to re-kick. So they're back them up 5 yards.
Poor time to do that. That was our trick to get another possession there.
Yeah,
now
we
they're
saw
aware.
it work out great against Halstead in week 2.
Did we get one against Larned?
No, we never got one. Got close. But Tebow
he's got that little
has proven
spot
that
down. Yeah.
He can put it on a spot when called upon.
1:25 left in the first quarter. Pratt leading this one 14-0.
This time Tebow, a line drive kick down the middle of the field right into the hands of Jaden Harper. Full head of steam coming up midfield, gets through the first wave, trying to bounce it out left, and finally brought down at the 42-yard line. This Roadrunner offense still looking to get across the 50-yard line into Greenback territory. The Greenback defense has forced 2 3-and-outs.
Have not got a first down
yet.
You know, I talked about that at the break, Cody, them not willing to go for it on 4th and very short on their 40-yard line. And, you know, you can always second-guess a decision, but, you know, at that point, if you convert that, it keeps the ball in the hands of your offense. It doesn't put the ball in the hands of the fairly potent Pratt High offense at this point in time. So
now Vaughn Williams has shown he's got the leg to flip a field when they do decide to punt. This time the counterplay up the middle, not much room to run, a pickup of 3, and for about all 22 players in that scrum bring him down. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Roadrunners. 1:01 to play. As the clock ticks under 60 seconds here in this opening quarter, and the Greenbacks lead at 14-0. As the sun is setting on this beautiful Kansas night here for some Friday football.
Friday night lights. Love it. On and bright. 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
And good to see Cade Liggett back on the field in that outside linebacker position, and a whistle blows that play dead as Williams broke through the secondary.
Ooh. You know, you can always second guess whether that whistle slowed up some of our defense or not, but Williams breaks into the open there on the false start by the Chaparral offense. Might have cost them a big gain there, that movement just a little early.
Boy, and it takes that 4-yard pickup on the opening play, backs him up now. And for an offense that hasn't shown big play capability yet, those 5-yard penalties really eat into a drive. Now looking at a 2nd and 11 after the penalty assessed. Greenback defense has done a great job to this point. Now the Roadrunners going to split a man out wide as Ty Lotta comes to the near side. Spin play, counter to the other side. Trace Hadsell, the ball carrier, nowhere to go. They're going to say brought down for a loss of a yard. Have not seen this Roadrunner offense put the ball in the air yet.
No, they,
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Kel, hold that thought till we come back. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be second quarter action here from Chaparral, Kansas. Greenbacks lead at 14-0. Don't go anywhere. More Greenback football coming up.
For your fine dining experience, be sure to stop at Club d'Est in downtown Pratt, Western Kansas's premier steakhouse for over 50 years. They'll serve you the best with their friendly, attentive staff and home-cooked meal you desire. Also offering a full range of entertainment with live music and karaoke weekend nights. So come for food and stay for fun at Club d'Est in downtown Pratt, open 7 nights a week.
This is Chris with Car Auction Real Estate. We've been proudly moving assets since 1965, with locations in Pratt and Larned servicing the surrounding counties.
Jamie here with Car Auction and Real Estate. While our marketing strategies clearly stand out, we stand strong on our principles of integrity, transparency, and reputation in our industry.
Whether it be buying, selling, auction, or appraisal needs, look us up online at carauction.com.
Good luck and go Greenbacks.
Welcome back. Second quarter action here from Chaparral, Kansas. Greenbacks lead at 14-0 as we start the second quarter. Roadrunners now going right to left, and they'll air it out for the first time. Tried to come near side to Kenny Diaz. Goes through his hands, and a nice hit put on him by Cameron Cox. Just mentioned going into that corner that we haven't seen this Roadrunner offense try to drop back and throw the ball yet against this Greenback defense.
And a good pass there, just dropped it. He was going to be short of the line to gain with the nice tackle by Cox, but a decent pass there. Pratt's going to get the ball back.
Would have given him a different scenario to look at as they sit with a 4th and 12 now. Would have been 4th and 5 had that been complete. Once again, Vaughn Williams for the 3rd time tonight, back deep to punt for the Roadrunners. Snap high, Williams able to bring it down, gets it off just at the last moment. Morrell was in there, nearly got a hand on it. And it'll take a Roadrunner bounce to the 30-yard line before they down it. A 29-yard punt by Vaughn Williams will set the Greenback offense up at their own 30-yard line.
That was a nice play by Williams to get that ball caught above his head and get the punt off still. Could have turned into a real bad situation for Chaparral, who's really on the teeter right now, being down 14-0 with Pratt having the ball and them not being able to stop us to this point.
How many times have we seen Morrell in there on special teams? He's had 2 touchdowns already on special teams through 3 weeks and nearly had a hand on that one. The 6'6" length of Morrell and the wingspan to go on top of it. Tough to get a punt across. Poor empty backfield to open this drive up. Going to take a 3-step drop, looks right, now back left, has to avoid pressure, gets out of the pocket, scrambling to the far side, got to lower his shoulder and just take what he can get with his legs. Good job by Creston Poor to avoid initial contact and turn that into something positive.
That was a 10-yard loss there if Poor doesn't pull out of that tackle and turns it into a 4-yard gain.
You're right. Now a 2nd and 5 for the Greenbacks after what looked like Poor was going to be brought down in the backfield by pressure. With 11:35 to play here in the second quarter, Greenbacks on top 14-0 and back. The ball back in the offense hands. Liggett and Poor in the backfield. Snap will go to Liggett. Following his blockers near side. Now bounces it up the middle. Across the 50. Off to the races, and no one will catch Cade Liggett. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Greenbacks. A 65-yard touchdown from Cade Liggett.
That looked like the exact same play that Barker scored on. It just seems like Pratt has found a way to run that and wall it off to where our backs got some green, and they're doing the work after that. Another good play by the Pratt offense.
Boy, and through 4 weeks of play, you've been waiting. When are you going to see the explosiveness and the dynamic play from Cade Liggett? It's been there. There have been signs of it, and that time on display as he breaks a huge one to make it a 20-0 ball game with 11:24 to go.
In the second quarter.
Tebow once again on for the extra point. Snap and hold good, nearly in there to block it. But Tebow through the uprights, 21-0 your score. Greenbacks on top. Back with more Greenback football when we return.
It's a fact. A custom cow mineral does not have to cost more. Actually, it might be just what you need to improve your cow herd. The friendly and helpful professionals at Extra Factors in Pratt are available to sit down and discuss your operations needs and goals. From custom protein supplements and liquid protein to bulk commodities and possible mineral formulation. Find it all at Extra Factors. Call 620-672-5616 and speak with Levi Macbeth for all your nutritional needs. Extra Factors. We put the extra into cattle nutrition.
Welcome to Humble Pie, where every day starts with the freshest ingredients. Our secret here is a perfectly blended pizza sauce. That's the heart of every pizza. From farm to table, our pizzas are topped with the freshest veggies, along with our commitment to quality means fresh dough made daily for that perfect crust. And you won't want to miss out on the daily specials at Humble Pie. Order your next pizza online at humblepiepratt.com. Serving you in both Pratt and Larned. Humble Pie, the taste speaks for itself.
Welcome back, Chaparral, Kansas. 11:24 to play, and a huge touchdown run from Cade Liggett. 65 yards. It was only a 2-play drive, and the Greenbacks now lead at 21-0. Tebow set to kick off, and this Greenback offense, after an opening drive that took them nearly the entirety of the first quarter, the last 2 strikes have been fast and quick. A deep kick by Tebow fielded on the 5-yard line. Brought out, now trying to cut back, and brought down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, just drastically different in those 3 drives, in that there wasn't hardly any big play potential other than the touchdown strike on the first drive. And to see us rip off 2 runs like that, obviously something in the Pratt High offensive blocking scheme found what they wanted in that run-runner defense, and just taking them to the house.
Yeah, that one, Liggett did a great job of following his lead blockers, and once he saw that hole, cut it back upfield. And I don't know how many times we've said it, no one going to catch Cade Liggett when he gets ahead of steam in the open field. So it'll be Roadrunner ball, 1st and 10. Ball started on their own 30-yard line, and a 3-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 7. Greenback defense has been impressive to this point tonight, has not given an inch when it comes to first downs.
Still no first downs.
So 10:55 to play here in the second. Greenbacks lead at 21-0. Roadrunners here on their homecoming night, going right to left on your radio dial, trying to put a drive together to answer. Ty Lotta comes out wide, picked up by Strong. Pitch far side, trying to get to the sideline, nothing there, and a good tackle by Liggett and Morrell on the far side.
Bring up about a 3rd and 4.
Just so tough to get outside with the length and the speed of Morrell. Roadrunners trying to run his way, and Morrell making him pay for it. 3rd and 4.
Chaparral on their own 32-yard line.
Some substitutions for the Roadrunners. And once again, going to send a man to the near side. Strong will go out and pick him up. Williams in the backfield, the give up the middle to Williams. Hit early in the backfield, bounces off that one. Still on his feet.
I think he's still going to be
not
short.
enough for the first down. A 2-yard pickup. Needed 5. It'll be 4th and 3. And once again, this Roadrunner offense going to have to make a decision. And for the 4th time tonight, it looks like going to punt the ball away.
Yeah, they're going to punt this one. 4th and 3 is just such a different animal than that 4th and inches we saw earlier. I mean, you got to have a pretty positive yardage to get that first down deep in your own territory here.
We saw Morrell nearly get a hand on the last one. Let's see how aggressive he is here. Once again, another good punt by Williams. Cox fields it at the 35. Comes near side and brought down early by a Roadrunner defender. On the tackle that time, Justin Ord. A good punt from Williams. Flips the field for the Greenback offense, but the last 2 possessions they've shown it doesn't take them many plays to get many yards. They'll take over with 9 minutes to play here in the second. They lead at 21-0. Roop comes split near side. Morrell on the far side. Let's see how the Roadrunners defend it. Single coverage, no safety over the top. Do the Greenbacks take advantage of it? Now Morrell and Poor having a conversation as they see it too. Safety starting to shade Morrell's way. Poor looking for him. Quick strike. Can't get it there. Trying to get Morrell the ball into space. Couldn't take advantage of the one-on-one coverage. It'll be an incomplete pass. Bring up 2nd and 10.
8:58 left in the first half here. Pratt still leading this one, 21-0.
Now the Greenbacks will pack it in tight. Nobody split out wide. Poor and Liggett in the backfield. Snap to Liggett, the give to Titus on the counter play. Brought down in the backfield. A nice play by Justin Ord for a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. First time we've seen the Greenbacks tackled in the backfield by this Roadrunner defense. Clock continues to run. 8:30 to play here in the second.
Pratt with a down and distance they haven't faced yet in this game. 3rd and 11.
Showing power here with this offensive set. Poor going to drop back 5 steps. Now has to step up through the pocket to avoid the pressure, but the pressure still comes, and Poor throws it away before he's brought down in the backfield. Daxton Hostetler in on the play, and be a whistle on the play. Greenback coach is saying there was a receiver in the area.
You know, at this point, I'm not sure how crucial that, whether it's a penalty or not. Pratt's going to be in a 4th and long either way, so probably doesn't really matter whether it's a grounding penalty or not.
And that's what they're having a discussion about midfield.
Bring up a punting situation, whether it's a flag or not.
First time tonight, it'll be the Greenback offense that comes out in punt formation. It'll be Morrell set to punt for the Greenbacks after they do step off that penalty. So that'll back them up 10 yards.
Chaparral, go ahead.
Back deep to return for the Roadrunners, Ty Hatzel and Daniel Schmidt. You know, I like sending 2 back. The Greenbacks do it. The Roadrunners doing it. I like having 2 players back there. Morrell to punt for the Greenbacks. Good snap. Morrell fields it clean and punt away. End over end. Going to take a bounce at the Roadrunner 40-yard line.
Good
and
punt.
Continue to roll forward in the Greenbacks' favor. It'll be out of bounds at the 31, and that's where the Roadrunner offense will take over after the 38-yard punt from Arlie Morrell. Can the Roadrunner offense put something together?
You know, Chaparral's breaking that huddle quick. They're running up to the line of scrimmage. They're running downhill hard. But to this point, Pratt's defense has just had too much athleticism for them, making good sound tackles. Just no daylight to this point.
Greenback defense continues to do a good job. Will this be the drive? The Roadrunners are able to put something together. They come out in a little bit more of a spread formation. Twins here to the near side, but the give right side. They keep it on the ground. Kenny Diaz on the carry after a pickup of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5. .7:45 to play here in the second. I'm going to say a 4-yard pickup by Diaz.
It looked like there was some daylight on that play there, and again, good job by the Pratt High defense to close that up and not give you much more yardage than he originally got.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Anything to the outside, they've done a good job stringing it along until they force it back in. And Williams going to get the carry up the middle, just going to lower his shoulder. And boy, he runs hard for a sophomore. Has a good frame, a 6-foot, 185-pound sophomore.
That's a guy that if he gets through that first level untouched, he will be a load for our secondary. So far, we've been able to get a body on him before he really got a head of steam going.
A positive pickup for Williams makes it a 3rd and 2 situation for the Roadrunners. 6:55 to play here in the second. Greenbacks lead at 21-0.
Roadrunners having a little bit of delay getting the play in here.
For as fast as they get out of the huddle and get the snap off, it takes them a bit to get the play into the huddle. Now comes splitting out to the near side will be Ty Lotta. Picked up by Cox. Man in motion. They pitch it out near side to Grieve. And tackled in the backfield by Arlie Morrell. What a play by Arlie Morrell.
Yeah, ran that run and sweep right into Morrell's arms.
Once again, Morrell showing off his speed and the amount of ground he's able to cover and then bringing the physicality with it.
You know, that's the gamble of going wide there when you're 3rd and a yard. You know, if you go straight ahead and don't get it, there's a decent chance from where you're at on the field you probably go for it again on 4th down, and you got 2 tries to make that. You go wide and get tackled for a loss, punt team's on the field.
And that they are. Williams will be back deep to punt once again for this Roadrunner offense. Cox and Strong back deep to return for the Greenbacks. Good snap to Williams and a high punt as Morrell put some pressure on him, and Williams had to get rid of it early. And that will be out of bounds in favor of the Greenbacks. Greenbacks going to have good starting field position.
Only net about 15 yards on that punt.
See where they spot it at. Looks like about the 38-yard line. 14-yard punt by Williams.
Forced by the hands of Morrell. Could not get that punt off. You mentioned earlier he almost got one. He almost got that one. He changed the trajectory of that ball and made it go straight up. Hardly netted any yards for the Roadrunner offense there.
It's going to be much better field position than that 38-yard line that I said. They're going to spot it at the 48. So the Greenbacks already near midfield with 5:40 to play here in the second quarter. A chance for their offense to get back on the field. Root comes out to the numbers near side. It'll be Liggett splitting out far side. Poor in the backfield by himself. And this is an example of that athleticism split out wide to both sides for this Greenback offense. Poor fakes the give. Throw back to Morrell. Sets up the screen. Can he use the blocks? Trying to cut it upfield. Brought down after a 5-yard pickup from behind. Williams on the tackle for the Roadrunners. And a flag.
Might have a lineman downfield where that flag is. We'll see. That's my guess out of the gate.
And it was set up nicely for Morrell. Good job by Poor to sell the fake and then to look back Morrell's way. See what the signal is, but most likely going to go against the Greenbacks. And it is a hold against the Greenbacks, so that will negate the positive yards picked up by Morrell and back the Greenbacks up. After the penalty is assessed, going to be a 1st and 20. 5:29 to play here in the second quarter.
Pratt still leading this one, 21-0. A little deeper down in distance than they're used to here, starting out in the hole with that holding penalty.
We saw him start out in the hole 2 drives ago with a 1st and 15, and then Barker rattled off that 65-yard run. See if the Greenbacks can do something similar here. Liggett going to keep it on the ground, tries to move the pile after picking up a few positive yards. But he'll be brought down at the 43-yard line after a gain of only 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 16 for the Greenbacks after the Liggett carry. Liggett's coming off a couple good games against the Indians and Halstead the week before coming into this ball game.
100 yards each game at
Liggett
least.
averaging 106 yards through the 3 games. Going to prove him to be the feature back as expected for this Greenback offense. This time split out wide, poor empty backfield. Has the numbers running down the hash, nearly intercepted, goes right through the hands of Jay Cushenberry, and the Greenbacks caught a break there.
That one should have been picked.
All 4 verticals running that time, and poor picked the inside hash and nearly picked off by the Roadrunners. Well, you saw all 4 Greenbacks, though, running. You could see it on the far sideline, the far hash, Roop here on the near side, and then Strong up the near hash. It was just a matter of which one did you want to pick to throw to.
3rd down and 15 from the Pratt High 41-yard line. 4:21 left in the first half.
The Greenbacks pack it back in. Nobody split out wide in this offensive set. Snap to Poor, give to Titus, going far side, trying to bounce it out, but tackled in the backfield, brought down for a loss. A nice tackle on the play for the Roadrunners. Justin Ord, boy, we've seen his
flag
name
in here
a few times. And in the secondary, Kelly, my eyes weren't down that way. Did you see what that could be?
No, it was almost like a late hit because the play went wide left, and like you said, a great tackle by the Roadrunner defense. And that was a hold on Pratt. That's interesting. It was way in the defensive backfield.
Away from the play by 20 yards at least. So the Roadrunners will decline that.
I didn't see it, but I would guess it's a grab and a throw probably out there as a wide out blocking downfield. It's about where it had to be.
So after the tackle for a loss, the Roadrunners will decline the penalty, and Morrell back to punt for the 2nd time tonight. Once again back to receive Hadsel and Schmidt for the Roadrunners. Morrell goes up, gets the snap, and another end-over-end punt, this time through the hands, into the hands of Schmidt. And boy, he did a good job of hanging on to it as Gavin Roop there early to put the hit on him. Not able to pick up any yards after the catch.
That was good coverage by Roop. He, hustling down the field and hit the ball carrier just as he received the ball. Good concentration by the Chaparral receiver there to hang on to that ball.
So the Chaparral offense going to take over with 3:52 to play here in the 2nd quarter. It's the Greenbacks that still lead it, though, 21-0. It has been all Greenbacks to this point.
Pratt High still not giving up a first down in this game.
Split out to the near side is Hadsel. Schmidt in the backfield. They try the counter to the right side. Nowhere to go.
About a 5-yard gain on that. He kind of kept squeaking along the edge of the ground there and picked up more yardage than it looked like he was going to get when that play started to develop.
Kenny Diaz on the carry for the Roadrunners. That'll bring up 2nd and 5, 3:30 to play here in the 2nd quarter. And like you said, Kelly, Roadrunners still looking for their first down of the night, which is hard to imagine the way this team plays. They play good physical football, and they give up the middle. Trying to move the pile, now bounces it out wide and brought down after going laterally with it there. Nowhere to go. Just tough to outrun the speed of this Greenback defense.
Bring up another 3rd and 5.
Yeah, no gain on that play. This Greenback defense doing a great job.
They are. Chaparral's running downhill hard. They are just, it seems like their offensive line is just unable to move us back off the line of scrimmage. And because of that, we're starting that play right there at the line, and they are not able to move beyond it very well.
Once again, Ty Lotta coming out near side. Caleb Strong will come pick him up. Man-on-man coverage. The give up the middle. This time some room to run close to the first down, and I think the Roadrunners going to have their first down of their night as Justin Ord picks it up, and that will move the chains.
Just a little bit of misdirection on that play. It was kind of the quick dive back behind, and then the motion went like the sweep was going to go, and I think had some of the Pratt High defense looking at the motion of the backs and snuck behind them there.
It's a lot of the same movements that you see in our backfield and some of those counter plays and fake plays. Schmidt looking to drop back and pass, but a pre-snap whistle going to blow that play dead.
Well, Chaparral not doing themselves any favors here. Get their first down, a little momentum on their side, 1st and 15. 2:08 left in the first half.
That penalty against the Roadrunners, and they will be looking at a 1st and 15. And just those little penalties, Kelly, how many times do we say can just kill a drive, even a 5-yard one?
Makes it tough.
Schmidt in the backfield. The counter play again. Nowhere to run as a host of greenbacks there to take him down as he tried to cut it up the middle. And another flag comes in at the end of that play.
In the realm of holding. We'll see.
So it was 1st and 15 before that snap.
Right in the middle of the field, little conference here from the White Hat.
And the play itself only picked up about 3 yards, but then you saw that flag come in towards the end of it. And now all 3 officials going to get together and talk about it before they decide to rule. Still not sure which way this is going to go. Coming over to give an explanation to Coach Holting.
Talking to Coach Holting here.
Coach Holting will make his way out on the field to. Well, that makes me think it's against the greenbacks if he's coming over to explain his. Unless he's just seeing which option Coach Holting wants to take here if the penalty is enforced. Now we'll get the call. Or will we? Still sorting it out, and they will step it off against the Roadrunner, so penalty will back them up even more. After finally getting that sorted out, it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Roadrunners. Back-to-back penalties has really backed this play off. After finally stringing together some momentum and picking up their first down, they follow it up with a couple penalties.
And with this down and distance here, you might see Pratt take a timeout here, depending, with 1:49 left in the half, thinking they want the ball back if they can hold them here.
Coach Holting with 2 timeouts still, and another whistle before the snap's able to get off. And indications are a false start, and this Roadrunner offense just not able.
You know, that offense is built, they break the huddle quick, they get in their stance quick. They have a little motion and they all go, so they're all kind of leaning forward. And if anybody trips the trigger just a shade early, it's really easy to false start the way they're running that offense. Andale facing the same thing. They run up to the ball, they go fast, and a lot of false starts even on the Andale Indians.
Now they'll take a shot down the sideline. Nothing there. It's good coverage by Cameron Cox, the intended receiver. Had he brought that ball down, I think he took him out of bounds. Never had a play on it. And that'll stop the clock. No need for the timeout if you're Coach Holting after that incomplete pass. Stops it with 1:44 to play.
Yeah, that's something that enters my mind if I'm in Chaparral's shoes here. You know, either making Pratt use their timeouts or keep the clock running so Pratt's offense has less time, given you're at a 2nd and 25 here. Odds of converting this not good, you know.
And the give on the counter play, nothing there. As the Greenbacks led by Leon Ramos and Arlie Morrell, another tackle for a loss. And now it does look like Coach Holting going to take his 2nd timeout. He will. We'll stop the clock with 1:37 here in the 2nd quarter. When we come back, it'll be a long 3rd down for the Roadrunners. More Greenback football here on Thunder Country.
Escape into your ultimate outdoor getaway with the help of Uni Landscapes, your local full-service landscape design and construction company specializing in landscapes, hardscapes, patios, sprinkler systems, water features, and snow removal services. They create your dream space by incorporating design elements unique to you and your family. Uni Landscapes serves Pratt and the surrounding area and is open Monday through Friday. Call 620-672-3301 to transform your outdoor space today.
Visit Pratt and the City of Pratt are proud supporters of all of our local athletes. Whether your favorite athlete is in a greenback uniform or playing Pratt Rec games, we know you love local sports. From live music to seasonal events, there's always something happening right here in Pratt. Coming to Pratt this September is the annual Oktoberfest, the Beatles tribute band Liverpool Legends, and the C-Spot Run 5K. Stay connected and find out what's coming up next by following Visit Pratt on Facebook or Instagram. Let's go, Greenbacks!
Welcome back. 1:37 to play here in the second quarter. Coach Holting using his second timeout to stop the clock, and the Roadrunners come out of it faced with a long 3rd and 28. Twins to the near side. Roop and Strong out to cover. Schmidt dropping back, looking downfield. Nobody there, and Strong nearly comes away with the interception on his own sideline, putting his hands on his helmet, knowing that was an opportunity. But still stops the clock with 1:31 to play, and the Roadrunners going to be forced to punt, backed up into their own territory.
Yeah, Pratt's going to get this ball back, hopefully midfield or better with 1:31 left. Obviously wanting to tack one more score on before halftime here.
Oh, and we've seen they're plenty capable of getting it in the end zone in that short amount of time. It'll be Caleb Strong and Cameron Cox back deep to return. Vaughn Williams back to punt for the Roadrunners. Is this the time Morrell gets his hands on one? Good snap. Williams, you can tell, trying to get it off quick. A good end-over-end punt. Bounces at the 40. Picked up late by Cox. Stays on his feet. Gets by the first man. Now looking to go across the 45. And brought down at the 47-yard line. A risky play from Cameron Cox, but nearly the payoff at the end. 1:17 showing on the clock, and the Greenback offense will take over on their own 46-yard line. See if they can punch one more score in here before the halftime break. They lead at 21-0 and have had a few drives, a few of those scores that have been on 1 or 2 play drives. Can they
couple big plays,
dial up another one here? Both of them on running plays. The long 13-play drive was capped off with the touchdown strike to Caleb Strong, but the 2 quick drives on the ground by Liggett and Barker. Poor going to drop back, trying to set up that screen. Liggett comes down with it, now following his blockers across the 50, down to the 45, and a good pickup of 6 yards.
And that play there, it just, maybe because we're sitting lower, it just looked like it had a lot of daylight in front of it when Liggett caught that screen pass, and Chaparral able to close it up quickly.
And now no huddle offense here for the Greenbacks. Back to the line, already a play drawn up. Liggett will take the snap, roll to the right, looking downfield, tries to get rid of it, into the hands of Strong, and wisely steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Great patience by Cade Liggett to keep his eyes downfield and find the open Caleb Strong.
That was a good job there by Liggett to buy a little time, made the defenders commit up to him, and then dumped over the top of him. 44 seconds left in the first half. Pratt on the 26-yard line.
Plenty of time for this Greenback offense. Coach Holting still with 1 timeout in his pocket here. Greenbacks can keep it on the ground. Be 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
Trips to the left.
Ball spotted on the near hash. Greenback's really showing strong to the left. The quick fake screened left side. Poor looking to go deep and brought down from behind. As Jesus Reyes in there, lunged for the feet of Poor and able to bring him down. And Coach Holting going to take his 3rd and final timeout. Will stop the clock with 30 seconds. Should stop the clock. And we'll take a break and be back with more Greenback football here in 60 seconds.
At Buckland Tractor and Implement, we know that teamwork and dedication are the keys to success, both on the field and in the field. Just like the Pratt Greenbacks, we strive for excellence in everything we do. Whether it's top-of-the-line John Deere equipment or exceptional customer service, we are here to support our community. From tractors to combines and everything in between, BTI has the tools you need to get the job done right. BTI is proud to be a part of this community and to support our local football team. Together, we're stronger. Visit BTI and see how we can help you achieve your goals.
Are you a sports fan looking for a great place to grab a bite to eat? Look no further than Legends Cafe, located in Pratt, Kansas, on Highway 54. Legends is open 6 days a week and serves up mouth-watering burgers, fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, and much more. And don't forget about their daily specials. Legends is proud to support Greenback sports and all the local teams. So whether you're celebrating a big win or just need to refuel after the game, Legends has you covered. Come on down to Legends, and we'll take care of the rest.
Welcome back. Second quarter action here from Chaparral, Kansas. 38 seconds on the clock after the coach holding timeout, and the Greenbacks looking at a 2nd and 15 after Poor taken down in the backfield. Once again, empty backfield. Poor looking downfield. A deep ball looking for Roop. Goes up in the end zone. Touchdown, Gavin Roop. What a play.
That was just a great pass and catch. Man, oh man, that was perfect.
A 32-yard strike from Creston Poor, and Gavin Roop doing a great job of not showing his hands early so the defender didn't know when that ball was coming in. And Gavin Roop able to just bring it right down for a quick 6, and the Greenbacks make it 27-0 with 31 seconds to play. Tebow come on for the extra point to try to add one more, and nearly blocked again as the Roadrunners getting in there quick, but Tebow puts it through and makes it a 28-0 ball game. 4 plays, 52 yards by the Greenbacks, and they lead it. We'll be back 60 seconds with more Greenback football.
Exceptional dentistry, right in your neighborhood. At Pratt Family Dental, Dr. Carson Hopkins and Dr. Stephen Coons are here to keep your smile healthy and bright. From routine cleanings to advanced care, our team has the expertise and technology to handle all your dental needs with comfort and confidence. Because at Pratt Family Dental, it's not just about teeth, it's about family, trust, and smiles that last a lifetime. Call today to schedule your appointment with Dr. Hopkins or Dr. Coons. Pratt Family Dental, where exceptional care meets friendly faces.
This is Jeff.
And Jared.
At Intergreen Services, proud supporter of the Pratt Greenbacks.
Around here we say one call fixes it all. From HVAC, plumbing, septic, electrical, and even water well service. We're your hometown team you can count on, just like the Greenbacks on game day.
We're proud to stand behind our athletes, our school, and our community.
So when something needs fixing at home, call Intergreen at 620-672-2338 or visit intergreenservices.com.
Intergreen Services, neighbors helping neighbors, and always cheering for the Greenbacks.
Welcome back, second quarter action. 30 seconds left and coming off a big Poor to Roop strike that made it a 28-0 ball game. What a throw from Creston Poor, and what a catch from Gavin Roop. Roop coming into this ball game only had 2 catches on the season. His longest only 7 yards up until that one, and pulls in his first touchdown catch of this 2025 season and puts the Greenbacks on top by 28. So the Roadrunners will take over with not a lot of time left to try to put something on the board as we head into halftime. Speaking of halftime, don't go anywhere. We've got the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show coming up for you. We'll recap the first half and give you the LMS rundown, where this week we were joined by Harper Westerhouse and Clara Slater. They bring it to us live here in about 10 minutes. Not live. And a good pickup there for a Roadrunner.
That was a good hard run.
Diaz on the carry.
Diaz broke multiple tackles on that.
His biggest pickup of the night will move the chains, but the Roadrunners with not much time to work with is 15 seconds showing on the clock, and head coach Zradnik going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Kelly, what a different ball game than after the first couple possessions of these two teams. You said it. This is the best team the best the Greenbacks have looked after that 13-play opening drive, but the Roadrunners didn't make it easy on the Greenbacks since that opening drive. Boy, it's been a different ball game.
It has, and there was 2 drives there where we hit a big play on them and scored, and then there was two drives where Chaparral kind of hardened their defense up and made us work for it and forced a couple of punts, and then a big mistake from Chaparral there where they couldn't convert a first down and gave Pratt the ball back with field position and enough time for Pratt to tack one more on them right before halftime here. So great job by the Pratt offense and defense at this point in the game.
Well, now this Roadrunner offense going to be asked to do something it hasn't done yet tonight, and that is pick up multiple first downs in a drive. As they've only got 14 seconds to work with. Almost intercepted as Titus tried to jump that route. Pass intended.
Yeah, that one was going back for 6.
Mason Walker. Yeah, if Titus would have got his hands on it, there was nobody but green grass in front of him. And you can see him still wishing he'd have got his hands on that one.
Yeah, good read by Titus there. Broke good on the ball, just a shade short on it.
Stops the clock with 12 seconds showing. 2nd and 10 for the Roadrunners. Ball spotted on their own 46-yard line. It'll be Walker coming out near side, split out. Schmidt going to look far side into the hands of Cale Grieve. And he'll get out of bounds, stop the clock after a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 5 with 7 seconds showing. This Roadrunner offense forced to operate in a little different fashion than what they would like to in this 2-minute drill.
Yeah, that offense is just not built to go to the air and really fight from behind. Really in a big hole here for Chaparral.
So 3rd and 5 here for the Roadrunners as they try to answer before the halftime mark. Schmidt in the gun, going to drop back, looking downfield. Takes a shot through the hands of
That's
Justin
second ball
Ord.
through the hands, like between them.
Yeah, it was a good ball from Schmidt, just not able to be brought in that time. Justin Ord, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 4th and 5 with 3 seconds showing on the clock here. I think if you're the Roadrunners, you just go ahead and go for this, hoping the 3 seconds runs the clock out rather than send a punt away. A lot more unpredictable things can happen with special teams out on the field.
And if you're Chaparral, you surely want to throw something in the middle of the field. Should you get an interception, it doesn't go back for 6, you're hoping.
They will go for it here on 4th and 5. Schmidt going to drop back. Pressure coming from Morrell. Takes a deep shot down the far sideline. Double teamed and incomplete. Pass broken up by Cameron Cox, and that will take us to the end of the first half where the Greenbacks lead at 28-0 after 1 half of play. Don't go anywhere. We got the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show coming up next.
Tonight's Greenback action is brought to you by Doug Ray Chevrolet, your #1 new and #1 pre-owned dealer in all of South Central Kansas. At Doug Ray Chevrolet, we provide you with a great buying experience plus an award-winning service department, which means you can depend on us for all your automotive needs, whether it's cars, trucks, or SUVs. From the moment you walk through our doors to the time you drive off the lot, we're here to make sure you're satisfied every step of the way. We're still doing business your way right here in Pratt, Kansas. Doug Ray Chevrolet, proud to support Greenback Athletics.
When it comes to your health, trust Grace Clinic and Urgent Care in Pratt, conveniently located at 920 East 1st Street. Grace Clinic proudly serves Pratt and the surrounding area. Family nurse practitioner McKaylee Kirby provides primary care, urgent care, and sports physicals, and is accepting new patients and walk-ins. Open Monday through Friday, except Tuesdays, from 8:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to noon. Call 620-388-3086 today. That's Grace Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for your family close to home.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Pratt, you can count on me, Jamie Roach, your Farm Bureau agent, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. We are here to handle all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to me, Farm Bureau agent Jamie Roach, today. We can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Clear, comfortable vision is one of life's greatest blessings. At Maydew Tebow Optometry, Doctors Troy Maydew, Seth Tebow, and Andrew Piester are committed to helping you maintain healthy eyes and clear vision. Prevention and early intervention are the keys to your eyes, providing that clear and comfortable vision your entire life. Regular comprehensive eye examinations are essential in identifying conditions that can damage your sight. Call us at Maydew Tebow Optometry for an appointment today or visit us at maydewtebow.com.
Welcome back to the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show here on Thunder Country. The Greenbacks lead at 28-0 after a great first half in their first action in district play of the season. The Greenbacks came into this ballgame 2-1. The Roadrunners 3-0, and it's their homecoming night. And the Greenbacks, by all accounts to this point, look like they may be spoiling another homecoming. A great first half for the Greenbacks. Kelly, before I dive into some stats, when you look at it just from afar, what did you see in that first half?
Pratt looking much sharper tonight than they did last week up at Larned, from what I can tell. Defense is playing really well, tackling well. We've put the ball, we've drove the ball, we've scored on big plays, we've thrown the ball through the air for better completions than we had last week. Just all facets of the game are just working smoother tonight. And, if you look at the scoreboard, 28-0, 3 of those scores came on fairly big plays. The pass at the end of the half and then 2 long runs. But Pratt has chunked out some good yardage on that initial drive and looking good at the moment. So
yeah, the Greenbacks, when you look at those stats and the two teams compared to each other, the Greenbacks with 268 total yards in that first half. That's close to what they average a game coming into this, and the Greenbacks have put it up in the first half. First down's another big key factor. The Greenbacks with 9 first downs, the Roadrunners with only 3. The Greenbacks doing most of their damage on the ground, 177 yards on the ground to the Roadrunners 52, and the Greenbacks being led by sophomore Cade Liggett, 6 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. And one of the big plays you mentioned, Kyler Barker, 1 carry, 66 yards and a touchdown. Creston Poor also having an efficient night in the backfield for the Greenbacks, 5 of 8 through the air for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that big one to Roop to close out the first half. So the Greenbacks, by all accounts, when you look up and down every metric of the stat sheet, leading in every category.
Yeah, just dominating this football game right now, and Chaparral, they're showing little glimpses of doing things right. They don't throw the ball real well. They don't catch it real well, I should say. Throw it okay. They run the ball fairly hard downhill, but they're just not getting any push out of their offensive line at the moment. And Pratt High's defensive line and front 7 are really doing a good job of bottling that play up before it gets started.
Yep, Schmidt only 1 of 8 in the backfield, throwing the ball for the Roadrunners for 5 yards. And on the ground, Kenny Diaz leading the way, 9 carries for 29 yards. Vaughn Williams, 5 carries for 8 yards. So the offense of the Roadrunners just not able to get anything going, largely in part due to the defense that the Greenbacks have showed to this point. Should be a great second half. Stick around. We got more Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show. When we come back, it'll be the LMS bringing you the weekly Greenback Rundown. That's Harper Westerhouse and Clara Slater, so don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back after the break.
This is Terry from Gatlin Eckler's Pharmacy. On display in our pharmacy is a nice assortment of over-the-counter items and a wide array of medical supplies, which includes knee scooters, walkers, canes, and bathroom items. We bill Medicare for respiratory supplies and immunizations. Our preferred pricing on prescriptions will get you through the door, and our customer service will get you to come back. Be sure to stop in today and see us on Country Club Road in Pratt.
Uh-oh, that's a sound no one wants to hear. Pratt Glass has been helping homes and business owners with everything glass for over 80 years. Whether your business suffered a break-in over the weekend or you're needing to replace old leaky windows, and they also offer automotive glass repairs, automotive details, screens, dragging door adjustments, residential window replacement, storefronts, and 24-hour commercial residency service. Pratt Glass, 210 South Jackson in Pratt, 620-672-6463, or see prattglass.com.
All right, welcome back to the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show, where it's time for your weekly Greenback Rundown in partnership once again with Liberty Middle School journalism students. This week's rundown is brought to you by Clara Slater and Harper Westerhouse, and we send it to Clara to start things off with volleyball.
Thanks, Cody. I'm Clara Slater, and we lead off the halftime rundown with the Lady Greenbacks volleyball. Since our last update, the Lady Greenbacks had a great outing in Hayes last week, where they went 2-1 on the day, picking up big wins against Hayes and Ulysses. They were in Hoisington on Tuesday, where they faced off against 2 tough opponents in Haven and Hoisington. The Greenbacks went 0-2 on the first day. Now, over to Harper for information on cross country.
Thanks, Clara. I'm Harper Westerhouse, and cross country was in Goddard this week. That event took place after the time of our taping for this segment, so we'll update you on those results next week. Speaking of next week, cross country hosts its only home meet on October 2nd at 6th Street Park, so get out and support your Greenback runners.
Thanks, Harper. Now on to tennis news. Tennis competed at Hillsborough on Thursday, and we'll have those results for you on next week's halftime segment.
Thanks, Clara. The Lady Greenback golfers were in Kingman last week, where the varsity finished second place as a team. Lexi Simmons tied for third, and Hayden Riffey placed sixth. The girls were scheduled for a tournament in Cheney earlier this week, but it has been rescheduled due to the wet conditions. And that sums it up for the high school Greenback rundown. Now on to middle school.
The cross-country team had an outstanding day at their meet. On the girls' side, Sydney Freeman had a fantastic run, finishing second place, while Caden Estes also cracked on the top 10 with a strong ninth place finish. The boys were just as impressive, with Wyatt Schmidberger coming in at 5th place, and both Sam Austin and Brody Kruger finishing in the top 10 with the 9th and 10th place finish respectively. Now on to Harper with football.
Thanks, Clara. The football field was buzzing this week. Our 8th grade team put up a great fight and came out on top with a 20-8 victory. The 7th graders also had some great action, playing a 5th quarter where both teams got 20 offensive and defensive plays in. While no official score was kept, it was a great opportunity for both teams to get some extra plays in and show off their skills.
Now on to volleyball. It was a busy week on the court for the volleyball teams. On September 18th, the teams traveled to Reno for a series of tough matches. Our 7th grade A team lost, the 8th grade team also came up short, and the 8th grade B team lost their match as well. However, the 7th grade B team showed their strength and brought home a big win. Then, on September 20th, the teams were back in action in Dodge City. The 7th grade A team went 1-4, while the 7th grade B team went 2-3. Unfortunately, it was a tough day for the 8th graders, and both 8th grade A team and the 8th grade B team ended up going 0-5. They'll be back on the court and ready to compete next time. That's all the action for this week.
A big shout out to all our student athletes for their hard work and dedication.
That does it for this week's weekly Greenback Rundown.
This is Terry from Gatlin Clark's Pharmacy. On display in our pharmacy is a nice assortment of over-the-counter items and a wide array of medical supplies, which includes knee scooters, walkers, canes, and bathroom items. We bill Medicare for respiratory supplies and immunizations. Our preferred pricing on prescriptions will get you through the door, and our customer service will get you to come back. Be sure to stop in today and see us on Country Club Road in Pratt.
Uh-oh, that's a sound no one wants to hear. Pratt Glass has been helping homes and business owners with everything glass for over 80 years. Whether your business suffered a break-in over the weekend or you're needing to replace old leaky windows, and they also offer automotive glass repairs, automotive details, screens, dragging door adjustments, residential window replacement, storefronts, and 24-hour commercial residency service. Pratt Glass, 210 South Jackson in Pratt, 620-672-6463, or see prattglass.com.
Are you interested in building a new home or remodeling your current one? If so, give J.A. Knight & Sons a call today. This is Chase Golly with J.A. Knight & Sons, and we are the area's premier general contractor and have been serving the Pratt and surrounding area for over 50 years with superior quality and attention to detail. We specialize in high-end residential and commercial construction and have now expanded our services to include pre-engineered metal buildings. J.A. Knight & Sons is a proud supporter of Greenback Athletics and would like to help turn your next dream into reality.
Mead Lumber in Pratt is looking better than ever. Stop by and see our brand new renovations with the same friendly faces you know and trust. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need supplies for the weekend, Mead Lumber has you covered with quality products and expert service. We're proud to be a part of this community and even more proud to support the hardworking athletes of Pratt High School. Mead Lumber, building relationships, building Pratt.
Welcome back to the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show here on Thunder Country. Once again, I'm Cody Eastis alongside Kelly Simon. And the Greenbacks, after one half of play, 28-0. A bit of a slow-going start for the Greenbacks as that first drive, it was a march down the field for the Greenbacks. Finally punched it in, and then once that one happened, it was like the floodgates opened for the Greenback offense. Some quick strikes after that, and the scoring just started to flow. Greenbacks punched a one-play drive in on the big Liggett run. Then Barker had the 66-yard run. You had the shot from Poor to Roop in the corner of the end zone. That's one of the best balls I've seen Poor, one of the best connections, not only the throw but the catch as well. So far this season, it was a great connection there from Poor to Roop to really give Poor some confidence in this Greenback passing game, some confidence going into the second half and into the latter part of this season. But overall, you talked about it before commercial break there, Kelly, to lead off the halftime show. A great first half from the Greenbacks.
Yeah, this is as sharp as we've seen the team look. To me, it all starts with the Pratt High defense, not giving up hardly any yardage, very few first downs. And when you do that, your offense obviously has the ball a lot more and is able to do good things with it. And that's what I think you saw in this first half here was, Pratt marched the first drive down the field, took kind of control of the game there. The defense has not given Chaparral a chance to really get their feet down and move forward. And then Pratt hit them with a couple big plays after that, and continues to just smother up the Roadrunner running game. So 28-0, three touchdowns of that were on fairly big plays, but Pratt's been in control of the game the whole time.
Now, if your head coach J.C. Zradnik going into halftime trailing by 4 scores on your homecoming night here, what's the type of message you try to send to your players to get them back into this ballgame? It may not be a game that you can win, but you still want to come out this second half and learn some things and show some things that you can do positively and just win the half.
Well, the first thing they got to do if you're Chaparral is, they've hurt themselves so many times when they've started their series with a penalty, whether it's an offsides or a holding, and they're just not generating enough offense to get, any more than 10 yards for a first down. And so when yards are hard to come by, you cannot bring yourself back behind the sticks and make a 1st and 15 or a first and 20. And because when you do that, Chaparral's they've shown you they're just not built to pass. I mean, their quarterback throws a pretty good ball, but he's thrown it right through the hands of several receivers. You can tell that's not their game plan. They want to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They want to run at you, off tackle, misdirection, and keep the ball on the ground and grind it out. Now, when you're down to 4 scores, that's tough. So if I'm Chaparral right now, like you said, it's really hard to win this game when you're not a big passing team to come this far from behind, especially where Pratt's only had to punt a couple times. So I think if you're them, you just come out and say, hey, guys, let's stop hurting ourselves with penalties. Let's put together a drive and score a touchdown. That's my goal to start.
And if you're Coach Holting with a 28-0 lead at halftime, you've got to somehow keep your players motivated to come out in this second half as the starters likely to play at least another quarter and get some reps in as that game last week cut short. But what's the message if you're Coach Holting to a team to keep them engaged, to keep them ready to fight?
A little bit down the same line, and you hit it on the head. It's we're getting into this is game 4, game 5 next week against a fairly strong opponent in Wichita Collegiate, and so I think you'll see the starters probably play a little longer than even normal tonight, just to get them more reps, more game speed. And if you're Pratt, with a 4-touchdown lead, I think it's the same story. It's like, guys, hey, we're going to go out here and let's just put together a drive and score a touchdown. And, hopefully if you get down late into the third quarter and if Pratt can stretch this lead out to 35-42-0, I'd guess at that point you'll probably see a lot of the junior varsity in the fourth quarter.
Stick around. We'll have all those questions answered when we come back for the second half here on the Thunder Country. You're listening to the Uptown Cafe Club DS halftime show. We'll be back with second half action when we return.
Are you a sports fan looking for a great place to grab a bite to eat? Look no further than Legends Cafe, located in Pratt, Kansas, on Highway 54. Legends is open 6 days a week and serves up mouth-watering burgers, fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, and much more. And don't forget about their daily specials. Legends is proud to support Greenback sports and all the local teams. So whether you're celebrating a big win or just need to refuel after the game, Legends has you covered. Come on down to Legends, and we'll take care of the rest.
At Timish Electric, we light up your world with reliable and efficient electrical services. Our team of skilled and certified electricians is dedicated to providing top-notch service for all your electrical needs. From residential, commercial, or industrial needs, we ensure your electrical systems are safe, reliable, and up to code. Contact us today at 620-672-9334 to schedule a consultation. Timish Electric, proudly serving Pratt and the surrounding areas electrical needs for over 25 years.
For your fine dining experience, be sure to stop at Club d'Est in downtown Pratt. Western Kansas's premier steakhouse for over 50 years. They'll serve you the best with their friendly, attentive staff and home-cooked meal you desire. Also offering a full range of entertainment with live music and karaoke weekend nights. So come for food and stay for fun at Club d'Est in downtown Pratt. Open 7 nights a week.
This is Chris with Car Auction Real Estate. We've been proudly moving assets since 1965, with locations in Pratt and Larned servicing the surrounding counties.
Jamie here with Car Auction and Real Estate. While our marketing strategies clearly stand out, we stand strong on our principles of integrity, transparency, and reputation in our industry.
Whether it be buying, selling, auction, or appraisal needs, look us up online at carauction.com. Good luck and go Greenbacks.
Well, that wraps up the Uptown Cafe Club d'Est halftime show as we get all set for second half action here on Thunder Country. It's Greenback football, and I'm Cody Eastis alongside Kelly Simon as we get you set. The Greenbacks lead it 28-0. It'll be the Greenbacks receiving the ball. Roadrunners set to kick off. Greenbacks will be going left to right on your radio dial. Set to kick off for the Roadrunners will be Kenny Diaz. Back deep to return for the Greenbacks. Be Cade Liggett set up right near the end zone. Cox and Strong 10 yards in front of him. Second half underway, and a whistle.
Offsides,
likely a false start. They're an offsides on the Roadrunners. Saw that on the Greenbacks earlier.
Watching that line close, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't see that called a lot. Second time tonight.
Usually give him a little leeway on it, I think. Not as much tonight.
First time we've seen the Roadrunners kick off tonight, and that initial kick from Diaz nearly put it out of the end zone. He's got a good leg, saw him kicking in warm-ups. So they'll reset. The Roadrunners set back to kick off, and once again, Liggett back deep to return for the Greenbacks. Penalty backs the Roadrunners up to the 35-yard line as well. They'll be kicking off from. Diaz sends it away. A deep kick.
Nice kick.
Down the middle of the field. It'll be Cox. Fields it on the 5. Has some room before he's met at the 22-yard line. Tackled by the first defender down the field. A good job by the Roadrunners. It was Justin Ord. We've said his name quite a few times tonight on the defensive side. Really sticks his nose in there, and that time brought Cameron Cox down early.
Pratt's going to start this drive at their own 22-yard line, Cody?
Yep. I like that call. 22-yard line here for the Greenbacks as their offense back on the field for the first time to open up this second half. And they show spread offense. Trips here to the near side. Morrell, the lone receiver, split out on the far side. Once again, man-to-man coverage. No help over the top on Morrell. Poor looks for him. Morrell goes down low and gets it. And they're going to say that ball hit the grass before Morrell could get his hands on it. Boy, right down by his feet. And you just need to give Morrell a chance to catch that ball a little bit higher.
Second time we've ran that exact play there, and neither time we've connected on it.
Poor really trying to take advantage of that mismatch when he sees it out there. Just hasn't been able to get the ball into Morrell's hands where Morrell can show off that athleticism. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. The Greenbacks packed in with Poor and Liggett in the backfield. Snap will go to Liggett. He'll carry it far side. Tries to turn the corner, hit early, and not much gain. The Roadrunner defense did a good job forcing Liggett to continue to bounce that out. Couldn't cut it back. No seam to come through.
And good run support from the secondary of the Roadrunners coming up fast on that before Liggett got going, make the stop. We'll bring up 3rd and 11.
No gain on the
3rd
play.
10, excuse me.
It's Roadrunner defense trying to come out of the halftime and make a defensive stand to open up this second half. It'll be poor, empty backfield. Liggett split in the slot. Roop on the far side, poor rolling near side. Looking midfield, throws it up, trying to find Roop again, Strong. And into double coverage. Strong not able to get a hand on that. And so the Greenbacks 3 and out.
Strong got a little tangled up with the defender there, but I think they were calling that inadvertent or something. And no flag on the play. Going to see Pratt come out and punt here. 3 and out.
I believe their first 3 and out of the night.
Two pass plays, incomplete.
Yep. Not able to pick up any positive yards. The one play on the ground, Liggett not able to do anything with it.
Sure, we'll see if Morrell can give us another good net out of his punts. He's done a great job of that all season, flipping that field for us.
Hadsel and Schmidt back deep to return. Morrell gets the punt off. Low line drive punt, takes a favorable Greenback bounce across the 40, the 35, and all the way down to the 30-yard line before it's down by Cameron Cox. So once again, like you said, punt. Kelly, a 49-yard punt from Morrell to flip the field after the Greenbacks offense struggles coming out of halftime. Now it'll be the Roadrunners' turn to see if a halftime message and adjustments make a difference with this offense.
10:55 in the third quarter. Pratt leading this one 28-0. Third quarter.
This is where you wonder what kind of adjustments you make if your head coach is Radnick at half, trailing by 4 scores. Now's the time to come out and execute them. 2-by-1 formation, 2 to the near side. Schmidt, the give to Diaz, tries to go outside on the far side and brought down in the backfield for a loss of 1. Josiah Schmidt once again in there on the tackle. Boy, Coach Holting talked midweek in the coaches show just about how good of a game Josiah Schmidt had in that Larned game on both sides of the ball. He plays nearly every snap on both the offensive and defensive line and is really the heartbeat of this Greenback team.
You got Schmidt on one end and Morrell on the other. Both kids have done a good job of containing the edges.
Spread formation for the Roadrunners. Schmidt, shotgun formation, the give to Williams. Hit early as he goes up the middle and brought down after a gain of 6.
You know, this is where Chaparral has struggled tonight. They've been able to at times get to about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and they just have not been able to get over that hump much.
You know, and that Williams, we talked about him after seeing him carry the ball early in this ball game, about how hard he runs, and he only had 5 carries in that first half. His Roadrunner offense really not featuring him as much as I thought they would. Schmidt, the shotgun, now he'll roll to his left. Looking outside, has a man into his hands and brings it down. Mason Walker picks up the first down and more, just shy of the 50-yard line.
Almost dropped that one. Kind of rattled around in his hands just a little bit. Another good ball from the Chaparral quarterback.
Well-thrown ball by Daniel Schmidt. Longest pass play of the night for this Roadrunner offense. 9:38 to play here in the third quarter. So after the Greenbacks are unable to pick up a first down in their opening possession, it's the Roadrunners that come out and do just that. Twins to the near side. Schmidt, the counter play. Handoff far side to Ord. Just nowhere to go when you try to get laterally down that defensive line of the Greenbacks. They're just not budging any ground here against the front push of that offensive line of the Roadrunners.
And it seems like Chaparral has been their goal to run away from Arlie Morrell at this point in time. He's hit a couple plays deep in the backfield and hurt them, and they're trying their luck off the right side of their offense, left side of our defense. And as you said earlier, Josiah Schmidt doing a good job on that left end.
And that's the trouble if you're an offense and trying to run away from Morrell. You run into the other side. It's Madden Wilson and Josiah Schmidt. A 2nd and 10 here for the Roadrunners. Counter play inside to Greaves. Positive pickup of 4 will bring up 3rd and 5. Cameron Cox in on the tackle for the Greenbacks. .8:30 to play here in the third quarter. Roadrunners trying to put together a drive that will result in points. Boy, and after seeing the leg of Diaz, they're not outside of field goal range, once they get across probably the 30-yard line, as well as he kicked that ball.
Certainly.
Fakes it both ways. Schmidt's going to keep it himself, has some room to run across the 40, down to the 30, still on his feet, gets to the sideline before he's finally forced out of bounds by Cameron Cox. And Daniel Schmidt picks up his biggest carry of the night on the ground.
That was a good play by Chaparral there. They'd faked those handoffs a couple times. It's the first time we've seen the quarterback pull that down and run it that I can remember. And
he looks good when he gets out in space.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him
Good
do that
speed.
yet tonight. A 26-yard pickup there for him, his longest of the night. And that puts the Roadrunners nearly inside the Greenback red zone. Ball's going to be spotted on the 24-yard line. Now the Roadrunners will pack it inside on the offense. The give. Near side, tries to cut it back. Hadsel nowhere to go. Just no holes open when you're running side to side. Kyler Barker in on the tackle. He leads this Greenback defense in tackles through 3 weeks at that linebacker position. Flanked by Luke Gatlin.
7:40, third quarter.
Bring up a 2nd and 9. After the carry by Diaz.
First time Chaparral's threatened into Pratt territory here with the ball at the Pratt High 22-yard line.
And now the question is, what do they do with it? Seeing that they may be in striking distance. Twins to the near side, the give. Far side to Diaz. And a whistle early on. They stopped that play dead? Or
no, he slipped. And regained his balance, but as he slipped down, I think they're calling that a piece of him, enough of him hit the ground to call him down there. Lucky for Pratt that it was, because he was going to get some additional yardage after that.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Chaparral certainly in 4-down territory.
That's what I was just going to ask you, your opinion on what that looks like.
They're going for this. They got 2 downs to get 6 yards here. You got to remember that in the playbook.
Splitting out wide to the far side, Ty Lotta. Williams in the backfield. They fake the give to Williams, and diving through the backfield comes flying in Sebastian Beach. Sacked for a loss, and that'll turn a 3rd and 6 into a 4th and 12.
Where'd Beach come from on that? Linebacker?
Linebacker in position on an all-out blitz there, and he's one of those kids when you talk to Coach Holting that he'll tell you he just wants to hit somebody. He just is one of those guys that is a battering ram that wants to go full speed all the time. And here's that field goal we talked about as Diaz is going to line up for what would be a 42-yard field goal attempt. Snap, good high hold, and blocked by the Greenbacks. And they'll recover, and once again, Sebastian Beach comes flying through on special teams. The high snap.
Threw the timing off.
I
think he might have blocked it anyways.
Just a little bit off, but Diaz had to hesitate, and that was all the time that Sebastian Beach needed. So the Greenbacks will take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That drive from Chaparral, grinding out a few first downs, really ate into this clock. We got 5:45 left in the 3rd quarter here. 28-0. Pratt leads this ball game. Pratt unable to generate any positive yardage on their first possession of the 2nd half here. We'll see what the 2nd possession can bring.
See if they come out drawing up anything different here on this 2nd possession. Roop coming out near his own sideline on the numbers. The lone man split out wide. Pouring Barker in the back. Liggett and Barker, and trouble on the snap, and the Roadrunners say they have it.
They do.
And they do. So the special teams play from Beach gives the Greenbacks back the ball, and on the opening snap, trouble handling it, and the Roadrunners come away with it.
Liggett's on top of that ball there. I think he tried to pick it up and continue the play and didn't get it, and then a Roadrunner came in and got on top of it.
Catch the number of the Roadrunner that came in on that, but he came just flying through and straight for the ball. So the Roadrunners, almost like they picked up a first down now on that last possession, have it right back where they left off. Ball spotted on the 30-yard line. The give coming near side, nowhere to go as Trace Hadsel brought down in the backfield.
Arlie Morrell.
And Arlie Morrell alongside Madden Wilson.
You know, we talked earlier about them running the opposite direction a couple times, and a couple times they've went wide to Arley's side, and he's just too much athleticism and too much length for who's ever trying to block him over there. And he's in the backfield 6-8 yards deep hitting that sweep.
Our defensive line tonight is just blowing up that front five of the Roadrunner offensive line and pushing them back into those running lanes when you try to run alongside your blockers laterally. They just haven't been able to do it. Schmidt out of the shotgun, the give up the middle to Williams. And that's the play I like most from the Roadrunners is this dive play with the power back that is your sophomore. They just, for whatever reason, have elected to really not go to the well on that play.
Well, especially when they've been in, third and short, fourth and short situations 3-4 times I can think of off the top of my head that that's the play that I'd be going to in the playbook. Haven't seen it out of their offense in those situations.
So after Williams picks back up some positive yards, it'll bring up 3rd and 11 with 4:28 to play here in the third quarter. Greenbacks still on top 28-0 in this scoreless second half. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. This time, the ball comes out on the turf and recovered by the Greenbacks. Sebastian Beach, boy, something got into him at halftime, and he has come out in this second half on fire. So the Greenbacks will take over now.
There was a little trouble handling the snap previous to that for Chaparral, and they kind of got it under control with their timing off, and obviously then that play there, same story. First time we've seen trouble on that exchange tonight, and Pratt taking back over right where they gave it to Chaparral.
Just a lot of back and forth. No one seems content with holding on to the ball here. It'll be the Greenbacks now with their offense back out on the field. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 30-yard line.
4:12 left in the third quarter. Pratt leading this one 28-0. No scores in the third quarter to this point.
Liggett and Poor side by side in the backfield. Snap to nobody as it looks like the ghost play unsuccessful. Ball on the turf, and I can't tell you what happened there, Kelly. The ball was on the turf. I never saw it get to the backfield, and a Roadrunner jumped on top of it, and they're going to say—
They weren't calling it at first, but it's a fumble. I mean, it wasn't a pass.
The back and forth continues as the Greenbacks try to get away with some trickery and fail to do it, and they end up paying the price.
Yeah, just a delayed call from the official there. I think the ghost play had them confused.
The near side official thought it was an incomplete pass.
Right, and obviously that ghost play is a handoff to our blocking back, right? Is that what that is?
Nobody knows.
Okay, it's just a secret that we can't tell you. Okay.
No, I don't know.
Oh. I really don't know.
I really don't know.
But anyways, twice we've run it tonight. The first time we tripped up on our own guy. Second time a fumble there. Again, back in the hands of Chaparral. We'll try it again the other way here.
3:58 to play. Ball back in the hands of Chaparral. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Williams going to drop back. Schmidt going to drop back and nearly intercepted by Titus. Almost
good play by Titus.
The second of the night. He's 0 for 2 on those, but in great position to jump in front of that route.
You know, again, Pratt there, Chaparral had a receiver underneath that route that their quarterback should have thrown it to.
And an illegal man downfield is going to back that up. Really, both offenses struggling to get going out of this halftime break.
Ugly.
Neither of them firing on all cylinders. And the 5-yard penalty once again puts the Roadrunners in a position that is just so far proven too hard for them to recover from.
Well, and you can just tell Chaparral's bread and butter is going off tackle left and right, and our DNs have just made that play tough on them tonight, and they're just not quite sure what to do here on offense.
So Schmidt going to run the counter play near side, give to Grieve. He'll pick back up maybe 3 and get to the original line of scrimmage. But the Roadrunners still with some work to do on 2nd and 11. Once again, Josiah Schmidt in there on the tackle for the Greenbacks.
Play's going to take us down to 3:20 in the third quarter. Pratt still leading this one, 28-0.
Roadrunners hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Williams Hand in the grass in the backfield. He'll get the give. Bounces it back left side after being forced to do so. Still on his feet and will pick up 5. Boy, he runs hard, though.
It's a good hard run by Williams. Broke 3-4 tackles on that play to gain 5 yards. Good swarming by the Pratt defense to keep coming, though. I don't know who got him at the very end there. Was it Barker?
I couldn't see who the last greenback was. Finally bring him down, but it'll bring up 3rd and 5 here for the Roadrunners. As the ball feels like it's been stuck at this spot of the field ever since we came out of the halftime break.
Same story again. You got 3rd and 5 here. Probably two plays to get a first down.
The Roadrunners will come to the line once again. Williams, a hand in the turf behind him, and the give on the counter play to Diaz. Diaz trying to turn it into something, but nowhere to go. Just kept bouncing around and eventually brought down for a gain of only 2. It'll be 4th and a long 3 for the Roadrunners. Boy, I think this is too long of a field goal attempt. I don't know what kind of leg Diaz has.
They're surely not going to kick a field goal.
But the ball at the 26-yard line would make it a 43-yard field goal.
We've said this again for good reason. I'm a coach. I'm not the coach for good reason, but they need to give it to their battering ram.
Oh, yeah, he's carried the ball great. He's been the one player that I've not seen tackled for a loss tonight. So they do come out looking like they'll go for it here on 4th and 4. The give to Diaz. Tries to get outside. Nothing there. Bounces it up the middle and brought down. And coming out of the pile there with the ball was Leon Ramos, but they're going to say stop short.
Just short of the first down here. Good
it
stop
should
by
be
the Pratt
green-black
defense
ball
by about
regardless. Well, we saw that at Larned when Madden Wilson came flying out of a pile after the whistles. This time it's Leon Ramos.
That's a tough one, on the officials there. When that player gets stacked up, there's a point in time when they want to blow that dead so he doesn't get twisted up in there, and so it becomes a judgment call when to blow that whistle. And there's times when that ball gets pulled out right at about the time the whistle's getting blown. And
so the turnover on downs puts the ball back in the hands of the Greenbacks. 1:24 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams still scoreless since we came out of the halftime mark. Porin Liggett await the snap. Snap will go to Liggett, comes near side, still on his feet, gets outside and brought down from behind. A touchdown saving tackle from Ty Hadsell as Liggett had just switched hands with that ball, knowing he was going for the sideline.
Getting ready to turn it into overdrive.
And nearly there. It'll be good enough for the Greenback first down, but boy, that could have been so much more had he broke that last tackle. A good pickup from Liggett. Takes us down to the 1:05 mark on the clock, and I think you're right there, Kelly. Greenbacks have the ball on their own 37-yard line. Poor takes the snap in the backfield. He'll keep it himself. Hit early below the knees.
Good tackle.
And tackled for a loss. Somebody came flying in there low. Cushenberry took the legs out from under Creston Poor. Looked like he was trying to bounce it out after seeing nothing up the middle. And so it'll remain 10 yards for the first down. 2nd and 10 for the Greenbacks. 28 seconds on the clock here. Cameron Cox going out wide on the numbers. The lone wide receiver. Morrell tight end here on the near side. Snap to Liggett. Ball on the ground again on the failed handoff, but Liggett able to pick it up off the bounce and somehow pick up 12 yards after that. A heads-up play and a fortunate bounce for the Greenbacks.
Well, that one just kind of bounced right up into his hands as he was moving forward, and he just kept on going. Worked out good for Pratt.
I didn't see what the confusion was there on the handoff or the exchange, but yeah, the Greenbacks, a lucky break there.
And the clock stopped for...
I got an injured player being helped off the field there for the Roadrunners. Mason Walker being walked off the field, and now it'll start and likely take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score 28-0, Greenbacks on top. When we come back, it'll be 4th quarter action here on Thunder Country.
It's a fact. A custom cow mineral does not have to cost more. Actually, it might be just what you need to improve your cow herd. The friendly and helpful professionals at Extra Factors in Pratt are available to sit down and discuss your operations needs and goals. From custom protein supplements and liquid protein to bulk commodities and possible mineral formulation. Find it all at Extra Factors. Call 620-672-5616 and speak with Levi Macbeth for all your nutritional needs. Extra Factors. We put the extra into cattle nutrition.
Welcome to Humble Pie, where every day starts with the freshest ingredients. Our secret here is a perfectly blended pizza sauce. That's the heart of every pizza. From farm to table, our pizzas are topped with the freshest veggies, along with our commitment to quality means fresh dough made daily for that perfect crust. And you won't want to miss out on the daily specials at Humble Pie. Order your next pizza online at humblepiepratt.com. Serving you in both Pratt and Larned. Humble Pie, the taste speaks for itself.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action here on Thunder Country. 28-0 your score. Greenbacks on top, but a scoreless third quarter. All 28 of those points coming back in the first half as both teams struggle in the opening of that second half to really move the ball. But the Greenbacks looking to move it here as they've got a 1st and 10. When we get all set, Greenbacks be going right to left on your radio dial, and the Greenbacks trying to put together a drive here, put up some points here in this second half.
Yeah, just not the cleanest third quarter from either side.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers. Was it 2 turnovers apiece or so?
And neither team able to capitalize on either of them.
No, really didn't do much with them. Right before half there, Pratt able to chunk out a couple first downs. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going here and finish the fourth quarter with a touchdown.
Titus comes out in the slot, Poor and Liggett in the backfield once again. Snap goes to, Barker in the backfield. He'll lower his shoulder, come near side, and pick up 3 before he's finally brought down. Daniel Schmidt in there on the tackle. When Chaparral, just like the Greenbacks, so many players playing both ways. These smaller schools just see it so much that, well, if you're an athlete, you're going to be playing on both sides of the ball.
And as the game goes on, you start to see some people limping around, starting to, the wear and tear of 4 quarters of football starting to show on them a little here.
The Greenbacks like to get one more punched in here, probably with this varsity unit on the field. Cameron Cox split out in front of his own sideline. Snap to Liggett, now gives it to Caleb Strong. Trying to bounce outside, he does. Across the 40, the 30, getting to the sideline. It's a foot race now down to the 15 before he's finally forced out of bounds. Saw a lot of that last year from Caleb Strong and just hasn't got a lot of the touches this year to make those plays, but when he does, boy, he takes advantage of them. A 36-yard pickup from Caleb Strong. And puts him inside the road runner.
That's that backdoor counter again that Pratt's relied so heavily on, and again, so much more effective when the original power play to the strong side is effective. Gets that defense leaning into it, come back against the grain.
Caleb Strong really making his mark this season on the receiving end for the Greenbacks, but still showing that when you give him the ball on the ground, he's plenty capable. Titus, Liggett, and Cox split out wide here. Poor alone in the backfield. Quick drop, the shovel pass to Morrell. Tries to fight off a defender. He does, but tackled by 2 in the backfield.
Got a guy down
as
right
Williams and Schmidt.
Who is that?
Greenback down in the secondary. As we'll take a look at him. 10:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. Greenbacks lead at 28-0. We'll be back after the break.
Into your ultimate outdoor getaway with the help of Uni Landscapes, your local full-service landscape design and construction company specializing in landscapes, hardscapes, patios, sprinkler systems, water features, and snow removal services. They create your dream space by incorporating design elements unique to you and your family. Uni Landscapes serves Pratt and the surrounding area and is open Monday through Friday. Call 620-672-3301 to transform your outdoor space today.
Visit Pratt in the city of Pratt are proud supporters of all of our local athletes. Whether your favorite athlete is in a greenback uniform or playing Pratt rec games, we know you love local sports. From live music to seasonal events, there's always something happening right here in Pratt. Coming to Pratt this September is the annual Oktoberfest, the Beatles tribute band Liverpool Legends, and the C-Spot Run 5K. Stay connected and find out what's coming up next by following Visit Pratt on Facebook or Instagram. Let's go, Greenbacks!
At Buckland Tractor and Implement, we know that teamwork and dedication are the keys to success, both on the field and in the field. Just like the Pratt Greenbacks, we strive for excellence in everything we do. Whether it's top-of-the-line John Deere equipment or exceptional customer service, we are here to support our community. From tractors to combines and everything in between, BTI has the tools you need to get the job done right. BTI is proud to be a part of this community and to support our local football team. Together, we're stronger. Visit BTI and see how we can help you achieve your goals.
Are you a sports fan looking for a great place to grab a bite to eat? Look no further than Legends Cafe, located in Pratt, Kansas, on Highway 54. Legends is open 6 days a week and serves up mouth-watering burgers, fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, and much more. And don't forget about their daily specials. Legends is proud to support Greenback Sports and all the local teams. So whether you're celebrating a big win or just need to refuel after the game, Legends has you covered. Come on down to Legends, and we'll take care of the rest.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action, 10:30 on the clock. The Greenbacks lead at 28-30 as the injured Hudson Titus being helped off the field there, getting a round of applause from everybody in attendance. Wishing him the best. Is not going to speculate on what that may be or what it may have been. But they'll get him over to the sideline, and Max Timish coming into the ball game for the injured Hudson Titus. It'll be Greenback ball, 2nd and 10. After they tried the shovel pass to Morrell, kind of set up a screen, ran splits really out wide to draw the defense. But a good defensive play by the Roadrunners. Greenbacks knocking on the door, ball spotted on the 10-yard line. Snap to Liggett, cuts it back upside, now going far side, trying to find the end zone, drags a body of Roadrunners with him. Touchdown, Cade Liggett. Took a pile with him into the end zone, makes it 34-0.
Now you could just see that set up from when we started. They were heavy right, and same play we've scored a couple of touchdowns on, and Liggett does a good job of driving his legs after contact into the end zone.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. He picked up that big 64-yard run back in the 2nd quarter and adds another one to it there. Tebow will come on for the extra point.
Yes, if we hit this extra point, we'll go to a running clock, and he does hit it.
Extra point good. Tebow makes it a 35-0 ball game after the Greenbacks put together a 7-play, 74-yard drive that caps it off with a Cade Liggett touchdown. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action after the break.
Exceptional dentistry, right in your neighborhood. At Pratt Family Dental, Dr. Carson Hopkins and Dr. Stephen Coons are here to keep your smile healthy and bright. From routine cleanings to advanced care, our team has the expertise and technology to handle all your dental needs with comfort and confidence. Because at Pratt Family Dental, it's not just about teeth, it's about family, trust, and smiles that last a lifetime. Call today to schedule your appointment with Dr. Hopkins or Dr. Coons. Pratt Family Dental, where exceptional care meets friendly faces.
This is Jeff.
And Jared.
At Intergreen Services, proud supporter of the Pratt Greenbacks.
Around here we say one call fixes it all. From HVAC, plumbing, septic, electrical, and even water well service. We're your hometown team you can count on, just like the Greenbacks on game day.
We're proud to stand behind our athletes, our school, and our community.
So when something needs fixing at home, call Intergreen at 620-672-2338 or visit intergreenservices.com.
Intergreen Services, neighbors helping neighbors, and always cheering for the Greenbacks.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action coming off of an 11-yard Cade Liggett touchdown that put the Greenbacks on top 35-0. Tebow set to kick things away. Sends it deep into the hands of the Roadrunners, fielded at the 12-yard line and brought far side, has some room to run as Trace Hadsel still on his feet across the 50, finally brought down at the Greenback 45-yard line from behind. The best return of the night and best starting field position of the night for this Roadrunner team. That last drive by the Greenbacks looked like they finally got things back working, all cylinders back firing. They came out from halftime in that third quarter a little bit slow. And then the last drive, Cade Liggett able to finish it off with that touchdown, his second of the night, to force this ball game into a running clock. Now, not 100% sure on that running clock with it being district play. The rules may change a little bit on that. So
that's a really
we
good
say
point.
that with an asterisk behind it. We'll keep an eye on it. A Roadrunner ball. They give to Diaz on the counter. Nowhere to go. Runs into three Greenbacks there. Madden Wilson. August Deeds in on the tackle. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 43-yard line of the Greenbacks. Roadrunners still looking for their first drive that results in points. Greenback defense trying to hang on to that coveted shutout. Roadrunners slow getting the play in now, break the huddle. Send twins to the far side. One man split out here wide to the near side. Diaz in motion. The pitch to him, can't handle it. Ball on the turf, scooped up by Schmidt, and somehow turns that into a positive gain of 1.
I think Chaparral's missing running that quarterback more. Schmidt, he just seems like he's got good wheels. What has he carried the ball a couple times tonight?
Only a few times tonight. He throws the ball well when he drops back and throws, but yeah, when the play is designed to keep it on the ground and he gets out in some space, he's able to make some guys miss. They just haven't called his number a lot. I mean, only 2 carries, 19 yards.
I mean, that play there, he picks up a fumble in the backfield and turns it into a 3-4 yard gain.
So 7:55 to play. Send a man split out wide, picked up by Cox. And an option play there. Schmidt gonna keep it himself. No, he hands it off to Hadsel. That looked like some confusion on the play as both players with their hands on the ball. Eventually lets Hadsel take it out of the pocket. Now once again, that Greenback defense in the backfield for no gain. It'll be 4th and 9. When this Roadrunner offense, at some point, you've got to take a risk, but it looks like the punting unit coming out on the field.
Takes us down to 7:17 left in the ball game. Pratt leading this one 35-0.
Cox and Strong await on the 10-yard line as Williams steps back to receive the punt. High snap, had to really go up and get it, and somehow gets it off and sends away a great punt for what he had to work with.
That's
Won't
2 times.
be fielded by any Pratt returner, and the Roadrunners will down it near the 10-yard line twice. Yeah, that Williams has really had to go up
by Williams to salvage
and just
a
lucky
disaster.
to get a punt off with where those snaps take him. So 6:40 to play. Clock is running here in between change of possession, so the 35 points does appear to put the running clock into play. So should be a quick 4th quarter to close things out here for the Greenbacks. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line of the Greenbacks. They'll have 90 yards to go if they want to find the end zone.
Pratt High starting unit still on the field.
Cox coming way out wide here on the numbers split out. Pouring Liggett in the backfield. Snap to Liggett. He'll keep it himself, come near side. Has a hole and has some room. Trying to get to the sideline. Outruns them all across the 50. Down at the 45, and a flag comes in behind the play. A block in the back, I believe, behind the play.
Oh, that's a deal at film session that you got to go back and talk about that. That once Cade Liggett's on the other side of you, blocker, don't do anything else.
That's the one.
Please don't do anything else.
As a wide receiver who that most likely was on, you're just shrinking in your seat at film session, just hoping coach can't find you.
I mean, if the play's 10 yards behind Cade, I don't think it's going to matter, right?
Now, in all fairness,
I'm
going to defend my brethren that is wide receivers here, Kelly. You have no idea if that running back, when he's coming behind you and you're trying, to hold off that block, whether he's going to cut right or cut left, and
True.
you just have to know to let him go. Once the defender makes his move,
that's right.
You've got to let him go, and it's hard to do. So the penalty will back up the Greenbacks, take it back to 1st and 10, and negate the big pickup by Liggett. Ball spotted on the 30-yard line. This time Poor going to keep it, goes up the middle, now cuts it outside, trying to get to the sideline, lowers his shoulder for a good 14-yard pickup by Creston Poor. Good physical run that time by the senior. Bounced it outside and then welcomed the contact.
Yeah, 4:26 left in the ball game here. I think you're going to see Pratt High's varsity finish this game probably with the idea of we're in district play here. We're going to have to play some longer games coming up and have to be prepared to play 4 full quarters.
Well, and the Greenbacks with plenty of cushion, but when you get into district play and tiebreakers, there's the 21-point margin that comes into play that you want to make sure you win by 21, because if it comes down to a tiebreaker, as Poor drops back to pass, has a man wide open down the hash, and Caleb Strong, boy, he saw the end zone before he brought that down, and he knows it too. A great ball from Poor, and Strong just not able to bring it in and complete the catch because he had nothing but 30 yards of open field in front of him.
Sometimes you're just too open. Is that a thing? You've spoken as a true wideout, Cody. Is that a real thing?
I
Can
don't
you be too
remember
open?
dropping a pass.
Oh, geez. I don't ever remember you being open.
3:25 to play here in the 4th. And a couple big plays that the Greenbacks wish they could have back. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. By all signs, though, the Greenback offense and the play calling still looking to be aggressive. Snap goes to Barker. He'll keep it himself far side. Nowhere to go. Brought down after maybe a gain of 1 or 2. It'll bring up a long 3rd down attempt. 2:50 to play here in the 4th. Greenback offense still on the field as far as the starting offense. I think you're right on them going to finish out this ballgame, Kelly.
Yep.
Be 3rd and 10 if they want to stay on the field. Need to pick up some yards here. Once again, Barker and Poor in the backfield. Snap high, Barker brings it down. Feed it to Strong on the ground, comes around near side, picks up 5, and it'll be a 4th and 4 for Coach Holting and this Greenback offense as the clock ticks under 2 minutes here in the 4th. Greenbacks with a comfortable lead, 35-0, but do they want to try to keep this drive alive?
Yeah, you're going to see them go for this here with the idea of convert first down and get your offensive unit maybe another play or two.
And Greenbacks do break the huddle. All signs they will go for this on 4th and 4. Barker remains in the backfield alongside Poor. Snap to Barker. He'll follow Poor right side. Runs into some contact and tackled for a loss. Nice tackle in the backfield by Vaughn Williams. Greenback 4th down conversion unsuccessful. It'll be a turnover on downs. The Roadrunners will take over with 70 seconds left on the clock. Maybe time to run a couple plays if you want to try to take that 0 off the board. You know that Greenback defense is going to do everything they can to keep that shutout to hold. Making some changes now here on the defensive unit as some of them starters coming off the field for the Greenbacks. Schmidt going to drop back, 3-step drop, and once again a well-thrown ball, and it goes through the hands of Justin Ord.
And by through, we mean between again. Just to be clear, between the hands. Gee whiz, that's at least 3 tonight.
Yeah, Schmidt's thrown some good balls all night long, just hasn't had the help that you want from if you're the quarterback.
I think if I was Chaparral, I'd give it to my fullback one shot up the middle here.
Let him finish this game on a strong, positive note. And the Greenback student section letting everybody know that can hear it that they believe that we just won as the Roadrunners trying to get one final playoff, and they do. It'll be the end around to Diaz for a 5-yard pickup, but that'll be the last play of the game, and the Greenbacks going to come away with a big district win, 35-0, your final score. Greenbacks pick up a big one on the road and once again spoil a homecoming night for the hometown. This time it's the Roadrunners. Last week it was the Indians. So the Greenbacks, a big win, improved to 3-1 on the season. We've got the Maydew Tebow Optometry post-game show coming up when we return.
Tonight's Greenback action is brought to you by Doug Ray Chevrolet, your #1 new and #1 pre-owned dealer in all of South Central Kansas. At Doug Ray Chevrolet, we provide you with a great buying experience plus an award-winning service department, which means you can depend on us for all your automotive needs, whether it's cars, trucks, or SUVs. From the moment you walk through our doors to the time you drive off the lot, we're here to make sure you're satisfied every step of the way. We're still doing business your way right here in Pratt, Kansas. Doug Ray Chevrolet, proud to support Greenback Athletics.
When it comes to your health, trust Grace Clinic and Urgent Care in Pratt, conveniently located at 920 East 1st Street. Grace Clinic proudly serves Pratt and the surrounding area. Family nurse practitioner McKaylee Kirby provides primary care, urgent care, and sports physicals, and is accepting new patients and walk-ins. Open Monday through Friday, except Tuesdays, from 8:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to noon. Call 620-388-3086 today. That's Grace Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for your family close to home.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Pratt, you can count on me, Jamie Roach, your Farm Bureau agent, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. We are here to handle all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to me, Farm Bureau agent Jamie Roach, today. We can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Clear, comfortable vision is one of life's greatest blessings. At Maydew Tebow Optometry, Doctors Troy Maydew, Seth Tebow, and Andrew Piester are committed to helping you maintain healthy eyes and clear vision. Prevention and early intervention are the keys to your eyes, providing that clear and comfortable vision your entire life. Regular comprehensive eye examinations are essential in identifying conditions that can damage your sight. Call us at Maydew Tebow Optometry for an appointment today or visit us at maydewtebow.com.
Welcome back to the Maydew Tebow Optometry postgame show here on Thunder Country. As we close things out here from Chaparral, Kansas, the Greenbacks come away with a big 35-0 win. Once again, this Greenback defense pitching the shutout, doing a good job on the road. And it's the Greenbacks that come away with the big 35-0 win. Kelly, overall thoughts on that ball game before we get to stats, awards, and things like that?
No, that was a good game for Pratt. They didn't score as many points in the second half as I think they would have liked to have, as strong as they came out in the first half. But overall, a really solid effort. Blocked better, tackled better. Outstanding effort from the defense, in my opinion. Did not allow Chaparral to hardly generate much offense. Tackled really well. Really never threatened us in our red zone. And, that's a great confidence builder. We looked much sharper tonight than we did against Larned last week, going into a big district game against Wichita Collegiate next week.
Yeah, that's a big one. And you hit it on the head there. I thought we looked a lot better tonight than we did against the Indians last week. Came out tonight with still some questions to be answered. And I felt like the Greenbacks really did a great job of marching the ball down the field on a couple drives. We saw some of the big dynamic playmakers and athletes that we talked about pregame making plays in space. Liggett and Barker, Poor, Root, Strong, all of them making some big plays. So a very convincing win for the Greenbacks here to open up district play. As, like you said, Collegiate, a big opponent coming to town next week. But overall, great win for Coach Holting and this Greenback team. Always tough to come on the road. A district matchup, homecoming night here for the Roadrunners. And all those aspects, all those outside factors the Greenbacks still able to dial it in and come away with a big win tonight.
No, it was a good win, and, we played 3 of our first 4 games on the road here, and, came away. We're 3-1 going into this game against Collegiate. They were getting just throttled by Andale here. I'm not sure how much that tells us. Andale has a tendency to do that to everybody. I don't think this Wichita Collegiate team is maybe as strong as we've faced in the past. They're still going to be a good team, don't get me wrong, but I think this win tonight gives Pratt a lot of confidence going home to play them next week in our homecoming game. And not to downplay this game, it was a great win by Pratt. But that game there, like I said in the pregame, when you look at this district here, you instantly are drawn to Pratt, Wichita Collegiate, and Cheney. And whoever wins between those 3 teams is going to get the district seeding that's most advantageous for them coming in October.
And run down some stats here for the Greenbacks before we get to the awards in the postgame show. Creston Poor finished 6 of 12 on the night, 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cade Liggett, the big runner on the ground, 12 carries, another 100-yard night, finished with 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyler Barker, a great night on the ground, 4 carries, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Caleb Strong also above 50 yards, 3 carries, 61 yards on the night, and also did it through the air. Had 3 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown for Caleb Strong. And Gavin Roop, his biggest of the season, 1 catch, 33 yards, and a touchdown. And when you look at those team stats, 15 first downs for the Greenbacks, only 5 for the Roadrunners, 385 yards of total offense for the Greenbacks. The Roadrunners only 115, and that tells you about all the story you need to know about that ball game. Was total yards, first downs, the Greenbacks just able to really march it down the field.
Yeah, just controlled the game from basically start to finish. Had a little slowdown in the third quarter there, a couple of turnovers, didn't help a couple of drives, but overall a very solid performance when you look at it from 30,000 feet above it.
All right, when we come back with the Maydew-Tebow Optometry postgame show, it'll be time to hand out player awards, and we'll wrap things up. Be back in 60 seconds here on Thunder Country.
Are you interested in building a new home or remodeling your current one? If so, give J.A. Knight & Sons a call today. This is Chase Golly with J.A. Knight & Sons, and we are the area's premier general contractor and have been serving the Pratt and surrounding area for over 50 years with superior quality and attention to detail. We specialize in high-end residential and commercial construction and have now expanded our services to include pre-engineered metal buildings. J.A. Knight & Sons is a proud supporter of Greenback Athletics and would like to help turn your next dream into reality.
Mead Lumber in Pratt is looking better than ever. Stop by and see our brand new renovations with the same friendly faces you know and trust. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need supplies for the weekend, Mead Lumber has you covered with quality products and expert service. We're proud to be a part of this community and even more proud to support the hardworking athletes of Pratt High School. Mead Lumber, building relationships, building Pratt.
Welcome back to the Maydew-Tebow Optometry postgame show as we wrap things up. Time to hand out some player awards, and we start with the Timish Electric Player of the Game. Kelly, when I look up and down the stats, there's some players in the stat category that may have had bigger numbers, but I felt like tonight Creston Poor had his best game of the night. Threw some great deep balls, had some balls that probably should have been caught and would have added to those stat totals. And so didn't quite pad the numbers as much as he could have, but no fault of his own. He finished 6 of 12, 71 yards, a multi-touchdown night, had 2 on the night. So to me, our Timish Electric Player of the Game, Creston Poor.
No, I agree with you. Creston threw the ball much better tonight. A couple times he scrambled away from some pressure and made something out of nothing. And if Pratt's going to have any success later in the season, we're going to have to do it through our ground game and through the air. And so to see Creston have a good leg up tonight, it's a great step in that direction.
On to the Mead Lumber hit stick of the night. You said this one. Cameron Cox had a big one that caught your eye.
Yeah, early in the game here, right in front of us, Chaparral threw a pass out in the flat and didn't complete it, but as it went through his hands again, Cox comes up and makes a really nice stick, puts the Chaparral receiver flat on his back from his defensive back position. Was a really nice stick. It caught my attention early. I didn't see anything to top it.
I'll tell you, they weren't necessarily hits that caught my attention, but want to also make sure to give a notable mention. Sebastian Beach had a great night coming out of halftime on special teams, blocked a field goal, had a fumble recovery as well.
Had a big sack.
Had a big sack. So not necessarily runners for Meade Lumber hit stick of the game, but on the defensive end, I thought Sebastian Beach once again had a great night on the defensive unit for the Greenbacks.
For sure.
Farm Bureau fan of the game, as always looking for that special fan out there. Had a few nominees tonight, but when it's your birthday, that takes the cake, and that one's going to go to my youngest boy, Baker Eastus, fan of the game, always traveling early with me to these ball games, helping me set up, if you want to call it that. But happy birthday, Baker Eastus, the Big 10 today. He takes home our Farm Bureau fan of the game. And that's going to do it for us. Speaking of fans, it was fun calling the ball game sitting in the stands. If you're still watching on the live stream, you can see our setup here as we are right in the middle of the Pratt crowd, and it was a fun atmosphere.
I never saw anyone get up and move away from us.
No.
If they did, they were very discreet about it
as the night went on. So a great night here in Chaparral, Kansas, and that will wrap it up for us on the call. As always, appreciate all the sponsors that help us do what we do, the athletes on the field, and the fans that tune in to listen however you choose to do it. It'll be back home next week against Collegiate, a big homecoming night. So make sure you come out in full force and support your Greenbacks. As always, I've been Cody Eastus alongside Kelly Simon on the call. Once a Greenback, always a Greenback.
This is Terry from Gatlin Clark's Pharmacy. On display in our pharmacy is a nice assortment of over-the-counter items